goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammers, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammers Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammers today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results, 546-1111.
The free medical clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
Bring the whole family together at the Free Medical Clinic Holiday Ice Rink at the Oak Ridge Mall parking lot in front of Bank of America and the movie theater all of December. Glide on synthetic ice with family or friends, or go skating for the first time and create joyful memories for all ages. Leading up to the Free Medical Clinic New Year's Eve 2026 countdown at Bissell Park, where you enjoy live bands, ball drop, fireworks, all for free.
See you on the ice. Bye.
More information, go to fmcor.org, fmcor.org.
Hello. Welcome to the Friday Night Scoreboard, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. I am your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass. Exciting news for some, demoralizing news for others. However, East Tennessee still is on the hunt for the gold ball. There are several teams that are still available that have an opportunity that will travel to Chattanooga for their chance to win the state championship. The TSSAA championship will be underway really soon. Some teams are still playing different time zone than Eastern Standard Time that we're on now. But shout out to all the great teams that made it thus far. I mean, wow. What about Halls? Great season. Coach Brent Hughes and those guys fought through the quarterfinals. Started out 0-3. Made it all the way to the semifinals, a game away from being able to play for the state championship. They do go down to a bad Sevier County team that does not take no for an answer. They are on a roll, and they have been on a roll for a couple of years now. And it looks like if things play out the way they are with the Page game, it looks like they'll be playing Page again in the state championship for the 5A gold ball who's going to win that game? Well, last year, Sevier County absolutely dominated that game. Coach Todd Loveday and his guys, they do everything they can, and they do most of the things they can the right way. Great coaching staff, phenomenal players, and the fan base is unbelievable. There's no doubt that they should be here, really. I mean, they've earned it. I mean, they put in the work. They do things the right way. They stay calm in the worst situations. And 9 times out of 10, they overcome that, and they have proven that for the past 2 years on the way back to state, knocking off Halls big time today. But again, shout out to Halls. They did a great job. Nobody expected that. Now, I will say, week 0, week 1, prior to them playing Oak Ridge, everybody had Halls as a contender. And look what they did. Jailed at the right time, beat the right people at the right time, made it all the way to the semis, knocked down by the Cardiac Boys, Team 101, former state championship team, Sevier County. And look here, Sevier County took care of business. Coach Todd Loveday and his team and coaches, and they just did it, man. They do things right. So shout out to those guys. Even shout out to Halls. I love Halls. Love Coach Brent Hughes. He's a character, and he brings the juice, though. You know, he brings the energy. He gets those boys right. It looks like that the way he coaches his kids, he's right there with them, high level, you know, as far as mentality-wise, and he gets them to over-exceed, you know, things that they've done. They got the Chandler kid out there, highly recruited. He will be a D1 guy. So, I mean, they got some great pieces, and they proved that they need to be where they were. They won the games they need to win, made it all the way to the semifinals, knocked off big time by a big-time team. You know, Sevier County, they're tough. They're really good. I mean, what else do you have to say? The Cardiac Boys, they come to play. They sacrificed their mind, body, and soul for the game of football for Coach Todd Loveday and the Sevier County Smoky Bears and their community. And the results take care of themselves, and that's what has happened here. Shout out to Cofield all the way to the semifinals to face a college team. Listen, man, South Pitt is a whole different animal. They are, you know, and you know, Brad and I talked about it last week. Who do you have? And, you know, Brad was like, well, Cofield has to show that they can beat them, so I got South Pitt. I said, I got Cofield. Why not? They're in my backyard. They support me. I support them. It's always one heartbeat. Love Cofield, the community. I know the atmosphere was exciting. And believe it or not, I didn't watch a game today. Kept up with the scores. Tuned in here and there when I could. But I enjoyed my family today at the Knoxville Icebergs game. And I hope all of you had a great Thanksgiving. I had a blessed Thanksgiving, was able to see family members I don't get to see often. Took a couple road trips to go see family members. Had a great Thanksgiving dinner with my immediate family. So just all in all, it's been a great couple days for me just to get rid of everything, get rid of work, get rid of TV, get rid of everything except for my family, and Lord, did we need it. It was such a blessing that we was able to do that. So, but like I said, I did peep in. I didn't watch any games today. I turned on the Halls versus Sevier County game for a little bit, support my guy Mark Packer and those guys over there, but man, that was a blowout. Cofield versus South Pitt, that was a blowout. I did not expect it to be a blowout. I'm not going to kid you. Now, did I really think Cofield can beat South Pitt? Yeah, I really did. They got Jaden Bunch. But Cofield could not stand the test of the college team that they played today. And there's no other way to describe that team but college. And my buddy told me this, old guy, Ben Bokey, great friend. His son plays over at Olive Springs. He was like, do you really think Cofield's going to beat him? There was no knock against Cofield. It was real man-to-man, coast-to-coast conversation. And I was like, you know what, man, I think they can give them a run for their money. You know, if the pieces fall right, I think they give them a run for their money. He was like, dude, I'm telling you, they're like a college team. They're hard to stop. They got two players, and when they get to the outside, they're going to take it 40, 50 yards every time. There's nobody around this area that's going to be able to catch those guys. Just a phenomenal team. Phenomenal coach. Hopefully we can get him on the line today, too. Hope I can talk to Coach Benson Napier today. I hope I can talk to Brent Hughes, Todd Loveday. All those guys did a great job. In Greenville, they knew that they had an opportunity to knock down Alcoa. The tornado was going to stop in Greenville until the tornado actually came. Ha! Dag nabbit, Greenville goes down big. Woo! Those tornadoes are just hard to deal with. They're on their way to the state championship, and they are just moved. We're just classified up. Goes through the whole classification, even knocked off for 6A Maryville. Lose to Anderson County. Everybody couldn't believe. I knew it was going to happen. Like, I predicted that, and I came out and I said it's going to happen. Healthy Anderson County team. Anderson County gets to the quarterfinal, and they play Greenville, and Greenville knocks them off. Well, the way I heard it, it definitely could have went the other way. Couple of missed plays, things happen, and they couldn't stop them on defense, which let Greenville make it all the way to the semis with one game to win. But the tornado came through Greenville, and they came through strong. The wind was blowing, the cold was blowing, but Alcoa heated it up, and things got ugly quick, ended bad. But it's football. It happens. But moving up a classification for Alcoa on their way to the state championship still has the biggest chance to winning the gold ball. And I think they have the highest probability in all the classes to win the gold ball. Well, maybe except for Sevier County. Sevier County, 5A, taking care of business every day, and they played in the state championship. Last year, they played against Page and blew them out, so now we gonna replay this. Whew. What's gonna happen in Chattanooga? I'm excited to see. Shout out to Coach Todd Loveday. He's a great coach, man. Real good. Man, I have big plans and hopes and dreams and vision for the 5-year-old team. Eagleton goes down to make it Marion County. And I tell you, I really thought they was going to win that game. Looks like they was in the game for a while. Then all of a sudden, they were not in the game. Oh, but hey, they made it. Marion County, we talked about, very strategic team. Hard-nosed with a long history of being great, having great football teams, and taking it the distance where they want to go. So we knew that was going to be a hard feat for Eagleton. However, they made it. 5-year team. Hats off to those guys. You got to give them some love because they made it that far. Nobody expected that. 5-year program, one game away from a state championship. There's nothing to hang your hat on there. Like, that is a great job. Hats off. You guys did an amazing job, and you're just getting started. You can keep that same momentum rolling. Instead of kids going to figuring out if they want to go to Alcoa or Maryville, they're going to start coming to Eagleton. Uniforms look good. New facilities, great. Great coach. And you made it all the way to the semis. One game away, and that in itself is a recruiting tool that you don't have to go recruit anybody. We did this good. We can make it there again and potentially make it on to try to win that gold ball. But shout out to Marion County for just having a great program. Marion County, they just have a long history of just being a great program. And they're going to play Huntington in the state championship. The winner of that game brings home the gold ball. But again, shout out to Eagleton. Great stuff. We have somebody in East Tennessee still in it in the 3A football state playoffs. And that's Gatlinburg Pittman. GP is so happy the tornadoes are not around to blow the wind around and just tear everything up for 3A. GP is making it happen. They will move on to play Gatlinburg Pittman. And it's going to be versus the winner of Covington and Westview. I believe that game is still going on. Covington and Westview, excuse me for not looking at you. Westview was up 40-34. 40-34. That's the final. There it is. There it is. So they will be moving on. Westview moves on. They will be playing Gatlinburg Pittman in Chattanooga. I got GP, baby. I'm going for East Tennessee all day, every day. I do have GP winning that ball game. Shout out to Gatlinburg Pittman. Great season this year. I mean, I don't even think those guys have lost. They're undefeated, and if they win this, they're going to have a state championship with an undefeated schedule. Shout out to those guys. We talked about Alcoa. Alcoa is going to be playing the winner of Pearl Cone and South Gibson. If I'm not mistaken, Pearl Cone's going to win that ball game. They're up 42-21. It's the fourth quarter. Not sure how much time is left to go, but I truly believe that Pearl Cone's going to win that ball game. That's who Alcoa is going to see in the state championship. Alcoa brings home the gold ball. That's my prediction. You heard it here first. It's moving up a classification into the 4A football state playoffs, football division. So that is amazing. Sevier County, as we talked about, they're on their way to play Page. They knocked them off last year very convincingly, and as good as Sevier County was last year, I truly believe they're probably just a little bit better this year with a more prime quarterback this year, who was a sophomore last year and is only a junior this year, who's probably one of the best quarterbacks in the state. Cooper Newman doing an amazing job, phenomenal job, just outstanding job, and super proud, like I said, of Sevier County and the Smoky Bears. Shout out to Coach Loveday and those guys, his coaching staff, the fans, the community. You guys deserve this, and you're on your way again. Man, Oak Ridge should have been in that state championship last year. Man, Oak Ridge moved up to 6A this year. Man, they didn't have an opportunity to win. Man, they lost to Science Hill first round of the playoffs. We don't know how far they could have went, but we know where it ended. It ended. My favorite guys, and I love them. They know I love them. Some of them don't think I love them. Some of them may even say that I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm a fan. I love Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge got beat in the first round, and I know this show is not to talk about Oak Ridge, who got beat in the first round, and we're in the semifinals, but I'm just thinking about Sevier County and the time that they could have beat them last year, and they got the onside kick. After seeing them do the onside kick 2 weeks before then versus Powell and West, Lord have mercy. It is what it is. Sevier County, go handle your business. I'm rooting for Coach Todd Loveday and the Smoky Bears. I want you guys to go to Chattanooga, knock off Page one more time. You guys deserve a back-to-back. Let's get that in for Cooper Newman. And, heck, why not do it a senior year as well? Let's get a three-peat. Let's do a three-peat. I'd like to see a three-peat. That'd be nice. Oakland, Blackman. Yeah, I predicted it. Oakland's going to win that ball game. They're going to move and play the winner of Ravenwood and South Wind, which has been a good game thus far. Let me see if I can find the final score here. Ravenwood, South Wind right now. The final, Ravenwood knocks off South Wind 28-25. Oakland will be playing Ravenwood, as I predicted last week. Ravenwood has a great program. You always hear that name towards the end of a season. They hold it down. Obviously, Coach Well obviously has a great support, and they're going to go on to the state championship and face Oakland. Oakland wins the state champ title last year. I got them to win it again this year. Just a great program. Oakland has like 3 quarterbacks, 8 running backs, 50 wide receivers, and all of them play. All of them have incredible yards, incredible athletes. I mean, they're just a different breed of good. You hear the word hymn? They have so many hymns on that team. Man, it's hard to defeat an Oakland team, and they train like a college. They prepare like a college. They practice like a college. They set a standard that most can't even hang with, can't even get to. So, does the Oak Ridge team make it to the semifinals, maybe get to play Oakland? No, I think that would have happened before then. We don't know, but Oakland is very good. And they have a lot of great athletes. And they need about 2-3 more balls out there, really, to be fair to all the superb athletes that they have. But, as I stated, it looks like Ravenwood is going to move on to the state championship and play Oakland. I got Oakland winning that ball game. Marking that on my calendar right here, right now. And that's 6A ball. So, I mean, we've talked about 1A all the way to 6A, who's winning, who's not, who's playing, who's not. South Pitt will play McKenzie in the state championship. Marion County will play Huntington in the state championship. Got my brackets here. Gatlinburg Pittman will play Westview. Is that Westview we're playing? Yeah, Westview. Let me go ahead and mark that on my calendar here. In the state championship. Who else do we have here? Alcoa. They're going to pay Pearl Cone. We talked about that. We picked Pearl Cone to win last week. It's just a name. Sometimes it's the name, and you know who's going to win. Sevier County versus Page, and again, Oakland versus Ravenwood. What games did you see today? Let's talk about it. Call in. I want to know what your thoughts and feelings are. And if you didn't have a team that was playing the game today, let's talk about your thoughts and feelings about the team that you did have playing. How did they get to where they ended? Because obviously they're done. They've had to turn in their equipment, getting ready for a banquet, I suppose. But you know, it's been a great season. East Tennessee is still out there. I'm not sure if we'll have another show after this, but I do want you guys to call in. Let's talk some football tonight. 865-483-8112. That's 865-483-8112. Call in. It's on your screen right there at the bottom there. Give me a call. I want to hear from you. Let me know how your team is doing, how your team did, who is your favorite team, and what are your predictions going into the state championship this year in Chattanooga. Who's going to bring home a gold ball? I told you my predictions. I'll go back over them again. I have South Pitt winning a gold ball. I have Marion County winning a gold ball. I have Gatlinburg Pittman beating Westview, winning a gold ball. I have Alcoa beating Pearl Cone, winning a gold ball. I have Sevier County beating Page again and to win a gold ball. And I have Oakland beating Ravenwood. You know, East Tennessee is still in the hunt. You know, you got Gatlinburg Pittman on the way to the state championship. I guess can we consider South Pittsburgh, East Tennessee? I mean, I think we can. I mean, they're on the east side. I mean, they're more south, closer to the Alabama, Georgia area. But I'm going to say they're East Tennessee, so I'm rooting for those guys. Marion County, Huntington, that is not in our demographics, but I do have Marion County winning that ball game. Obviously, Gatlinburg Pittman, an East Tennessee team who's had an amazing year, undefeated season thus far, on their way to the state championship. I have them beating Westview. And again, Alcoa right in our backyard in Maryville, outside of Maryville. Blount County is what I was trying to say. They're probably going to knock off Pearl Cone. And then Sevier County, another guy in our backyard out there in Sevier County, is going to probably knock off Page again. Oakland is Middle Tennessee, and they're going to be playing against Ravenwood. I have Oakland to play that game. But, I mean, we have several teams in the East Tennessee area still in the hunt in this wonderful, wonderful game that we call football. And if I search it online and I type in football, they're going to show me a bunch of soccer balls. So I have to put in American football just so they understand that. I don't know. I'm finna go off subject here just for a moment. I don't understand. I live in America. My maps are in America. Everything I do is in America, and Google is smart. If I put in football, well, nobody in America calls soccer football. Nobody. Hold on. Let's see here. Did you know South Pitt was in Marion County? I just got a text message that said that's what happened. I did not know that. And South Pitt takes on McKenzie. I did not know that. South Pitt is in Marion County. How about that? I learned something new today, and I hope you did too. I don't know if you guys knew that, but now you do. And if you did know, you should have called in and told me anyway. Oh, man. Guys, I hope to talk to some great coaches tonight. Looking forward to talk to Coach Todd Loveday. That'll be great. I want to talk to Coach Nix out there in Alcoa. That'll be great. I want to talk to Benson Napier and Cofield. That'll be amazing. Brent Hughes of Halls. That'll be great as well. Get the Eagleton coach on the line. I just want to talk some football, and I want your opinion as well. So make sure you call in. That's 865-483-8112. It's at the bottom of your screen. Guys, I want to let you know that this show is brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. The Free Medical Clinic's mission is to provide medical and now mental health care for low-income and uninsured residents living in the Anderson, Morgan, and Roane County area. How do you get care? How do you get in touch with these guys? Easy. FMCOR.org. That's FMCOR.org. O-R-G. Reach out to the Free Medical Clinic. Make sure you let them know that we sent you. And we just want to make sure that we're doing what they want to do. They want to make you more healthy. They want to make our communities more wealthy. And they're not giving you a bill. So don't worry about a bill. They have sent, I believe, over 15,000 patients last year, over $9 million worth of care. And if you want to donate, if you can donate $1, that $1 can turn into $10. It's not magic. That is exactly what the Free Medical Clinic does. So, guys, if you need any medical health care, if you need any mental health care, and you're low income or you don't have any insurance, make sure you reach out to fmcor.org, and they are serving the Anderson, Morgan, and Roane County. And also last year, we talked about them providing the 15,000 patient appointments and diagnosis for over $9 million in value of medical care for our community. Well, this year, the FNC launched its mental health division, taking steps to address the opioid crisis, substance abuse orders, and depression in our communities, which is big, as we all know. A big shout out and thanks to Roane and Anderson County Commissioners for helping out with the funding to get it all started. Guys, we're here live on a Friday night scoreboard, and there's some scores up and there's some scores down. And the scores that went up, and when you get to the semifinals, you don't expect the scores to be 35-7. What about 35-33 or, something like that? And these scores were tremendously lopsided for some of these teams, and I didn't see that coming at all. I figured Alcoa was going to beat Greenville, even though Greenville is real physical, but I didn't expect them to pretty much lay an egg. Alcoa, wow, that was big. I expected Cofield to compete on both sides of the ball a lot better than the score said, right? And again, I was today and yesterday, family time. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. It's Black Friday, I spent it with my family, well needed. So I didn't really watch these games. I was just keeping up with the scores, but sometimes the score don't tell the story of the game. What was the penalties? Did anybody get hurt? What happened for these scores to be so lopsided the way they were? Only time will tell, and the film will tell as well. Guys, I hope we're back here next week. I don't think we will be. I'll talk to Brad about that. But I do want to thank everybody that has came in, chimed in, and showed your love and support for BBB Communications and the Friday Night Scoreboard. It means so much to us. We're tremendously in debt to you guys for all that you do. You guys are sharing the podcast, commenting on, what we're doing on Exigent Sports and on BBB Communications, and you're making us grow, and we appreciate you. We couldn't do this without you. And as always, I always ask you to make someone aware. Please share. And go ahead right now. It's a great time. I'm about to take a small commercial break and come back, hopefully get some coaches on the phone. But it's a great time to go ahead and make someone aware. Please share. This may be the last time you see us into next season, right? So go ahead and spread the word. I greatly appreciate it. I love you guys. I love the support that you give BBB Communications. I love the opportunity BBB Communications has bestowed on me to be able to be here with you guys. And thank you. Long story short, thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, we're going to try to get some coaches on the line. We're going to have a great show tonight, and I'm going to make sure of it. We're going to get wild if I have to. I'll do a couple backflips if I need to. Whatever needs to happen, we're going to make it work. But the most important part is talking to these coaches that made it this far. Guys, I'm going to take a small commercial break, but you hang tight. We'll be right back.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
The free medical clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Dag Nabbit. Welcome back. I need Mark Packer on here. He can sing. Did y'all see that episode of Extras in Sports where Mark Packer was singing with me? Blown away. Hopefully Mark Packer calls in. Be a good day for him to call in. It'll be a real good day to call in. So hopefully we can get Coach Tyler Williams on the phone from GP. That'll be a good deal if we can talk to Coach undefeated Gatlinburg Pittman. That'll be real good. I would love that. I want to know how your Thanksgiving was. You can, if you don't want to talk football, you can call in and talk to me about Thanksgiving. But let's go back to week 1. How did we get here? It just seemed like yesterday the season started. Except it was hot outside. We was wearing shorts and short sleeves, sweating, moving. I can imagine how many steps that Brad Jones has walked up this year. Whew. I bet he got his exercise for the year. But guys, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, all the way to now, it's been nothing but great football. We've been excited and delighted to talk to you about football. And, you know, hats off to you guys for supporting us, as I stated before. South Pitt, I believe, 1A. They're going to go and take care of McKenzie. If I had a score prediction, I got that college team winning by 3 or 4 touchdowns in the state championship. They're that good, man. They just are. They have the Jimmies and Joes, and Stevie Wonder can coach that team. They're that good. They're just really that good. Marion County. I got Marion County winning. They just have a thoroughbred of a program, and you know, you hear their names, and lo and behold, you got South Pitt that's in Marion County. So that's another East Tennessee team too. We're gonna wish them luck out there. It looks like we have Coach Tyler Williams, GP coach. Let's talk to him. Friday night scoreboard. Do we have Coach Tyler Williams on?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Coach. This is Coach DJ Pendergrass. Coach, OMG, I think is the word for it. What amazing season you guys are having.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. But I'll tell you, we knew this was going to be a good group of boys, and this good groups, good senior class. Really excited the way things have come together for us. And a lot of people kind of doubted us here. We've made our playoff run, but that's okay. We like it, and man, we're proud to be where we're at.
How can anybody doubt you guys? I mean, you guys have been an amazing program for a while. You got Alcoa moving up, a classification. Who thought they could beat you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think a lot of people just kind of overlooked the fact that, that was the only team that put us out year after year after year.
Absolutely.
And, so we felt like that was the only thing standing in our way. And, it's nice to be validated with that feeling. And we've kind of proved that to be true.
Yeah, indeed, and it showed over, week by week. Just yesterday it was week one. Then we're on our way to the state championship. Coach, you're on the run to get a gold ball. Tell me what the history is of South Pitt. I got them. They're talking about me. Of Gatlinburg. GP, yeah. What is the history? Any gold balls? How far have you gotten?
No, sir. We've never been here, and that's what's really exciting for us. I just gotten a lot of people, if you're a high school football fan, if you go way back, you'll know that our legendary coach here was Coach Benny Hammonds. He was the guy who built our program. He was a coach here for 45 years.
Yeah.
Retired about 9 years ago, and we had a couple other head coaches since then. I was fortunate enough to come on the staff. I worked for both those guys, and I just kind of held in here, and I said, man, I know we could have something special, and I wanted to get a chance. I've been a head football coach one time before out in Middle Tennessee for a few years when I was younger, and was hoping for a chance to get to do it again. I knew GP would be a special place for me to do that, and I knew that this is the kind of program that we could turn into just given the chance. And got a lot of hard work from a lot of really good assistant coaches, a lot of support from our community, and man, we're really proud to do this for all the guys that's wore the blue and gold over the years. Never got a chance to play for a state title. We're going to get to go play for one next Friday.
Man, congratulations. And, you mentioned about the coaches and the community. We talk about that all the time. And it's one question that I ask almost every coach that I come in encounter with. How do you pick your assistant coaches? Because they make sure that engine is running well.
Well, I was very fortunate. I was colleagues with these guys before I was their boss. So, I came onto the staff. And you kind of had a staff that was some holdovers from Coach Hammond, some guys who had gone to school at GP, and were now coaching there, and then you had some new guys came in like me. I had grown up in the area, but I did not go to GP. But I came on the staff about 8 years ago, and we went through. The first coach after Coach Hammonds was Derek Ring, who's now out at Oak Ridge, and Derek did a good job. Derek's a great coach, doing a great job over at Oak Ridge now. And when he left, I interviewed for the job, but I wasn't hired, and they hired Brad Wagner, and I stayed on to the staff and coached for Coach Wagner for 3 years. He elevated my position, gave me more responsibility, and he left and took a job in Florida, and they're doing really well down there now too. And so for me then, that was kind of my journey, and so a lot of those assistant coaches, the guys, I knew what kind of coaches they were. I knew what they could do. And so all I did was I told them, hey, guys, I want you to keep doing what you're doing. We all going to work together now, and we're going to go take this thing to the next level, and that's kind of what we've done.
You're definitely taking it to the next level. That's an understatement. I love it. So you mentioned Derek Ring. He coached at GP?
He did. He was at GP for 3 years. Oh, man, I'm getting old, brother, so it's kind of hard to remember when I came out. I guess I came on here about what would that be, about 2018 maybe? Coach Ring was here for Coach Ring was actually here for 4 years, because he was here 1 year before I got here, and then I came on in his second year. Coach was in 3 years here, so yeah, he's doing a great job over there at Oak Ridge. I know he's a little disappointing in the playoffs, but he's doing a good job job with him.
Oh, I love Coach Ring, and he knows it. Him and my son don't get along, unfortunately. But that's life, and life is what it is. But I'm a big fan of Coach Ring, and I didn't know. I don't know why I didn't know that. I keep up with sports like nobody's business, but I had no idea he was out there at GP. So that's pretty cool. So also another thing that I love to talk about, which is the most important to me, is those guys up front, they do not get the recognition they deserve. Coach, I want you to give those guys a shout out on the front line, and let's start on the offense. Who are those guys that's making all that work?
Oh man, we've got a great O-line, and I'll tell you what too, man, it's a group of guys that are just tough as nails. They're undersized. I mean, if you look at my two starting guards, I mean, they're about 195, 185 pounds. Man, those guys are tough. They go to war. Tackles are not very big. I think our left tackle is about 225, and our right tackle is about 245. So, we ain't got the biggest line in the world, but they're smart, they're athletic, they take pride in their job, and we definitely wouldn't be. I think we've only given up 2 sacks all year. So,
wow.
We wouldn't be where we are without those guys playing really well, and our defensive line's the same way. Our right tackle is actually, he plays both ways, is our nose guard, Hunter Matthews. Man, just a really smart, tough kid. And then our 2 defensive ends, I actually got a little cousin of mine, Luke Stewart, who plays defensive end for us. Another undersized kid, man. He's probably about 180, 185 pounds.
Wow.
And he's got like 20 tackles for loss on the year.
Let's go.
Quick, tough, just a football player. And these guys got some stuff you can't coach, man, and that's toughness, that's grit.
Toughness and grit you cannot coach. 80% mental, 20% skill, and it looks like they're displaying that. And that's phenomenal. I love to hear that. Undersized guys. And I just want to take it back to my little league coaching days. I had parents or maybe some assistant coaches or even people at home like, hey, why don't you put that big guy right there? Well, that big guy feet can't move as fast as this one, and he's bigger, but he might not be stronger or smarter. And it's always best to put your most athletic people, in my opinion, on the line if they're not going to be touching the ball. Because
that's exactly right. Well, hey, our criteria for it is can you get the job done, and that's it, and that's all. If you're willing to do what you're coached to do, put your body on the line, put it between that other guy and the running back, the other guy and the quarterback, then you can play for us, and our guys do that week in and week out, man. Week in and week out, and it showed undefeated season this year. Yeah, man, we're pumped up about it, really excited. There were some undefeated regular seasons in GP history. I think Coach Hammond's had 5 in his 45 years where he went undefeated in the regular season. But, our team has done some great things. They've set our single-season record for victories this year. And our senior class is now the winningest class in GP football history with 45 victories from their freshman year to their senior year.
Nice.
So got a lot to be proud of. But this Monday when we have our team meeting, we will start with the same question that we started with last Monday. Is that enough? Is that enough for you? and you ready to just, say, hey, we're okay just to go to Chattanooga, or we're going to go win a state title? And I know what their answer will be, but they're going to go give it their all. Now, can we beat Martin Westview? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, we'll be there, and they're in for a fight.
Well, I tell you what, the Gatlinburg now, that is a vacation spot. What you're telling me is you're not going to Chattanooga for a vacation?
No, sir. No. Hey, we're excited to go there. It'll be fun. Great experience for our kids, but no, we're going to work, man. We're going to work. Just another ball game for us. We've been at home here through the playoffs, which has been a big advantage for us. And it's been nice. Had some great home crowds. I mean, all the Gatlinburgs turned out there for these last two big games there with Macon County and tonight with Tyner. I mean, our crowd was unbelievable. We're so appreciative of all the support we get. But we get great support from our county here in Sevier County, and we get great support from the city of Gatlinburg. And I know they're going to be proud of us. They're going to be with us every step of the way here this week as we go down there to Chattanooga.
Absolutely, and you're going with your neighbors there. Sevier County's headed that way. Again, looks like they're going to be playing Page. You guys are headed there. You're playing West.
Messages I saw a text from Coach Loveday that said congratulations, and it was well deserved, and that's very, very kind of him. And I texted him back and told him the same thing. So we'll be down there. I guess we'll be down there rooting each other on there. I think we play one right after the other. So
how about that?
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun next week for sure.
So it's gonna be a home game for both of you guys, pretty much.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have a lot of Sevier County down there in Finley Stadium next Friday. That's for sure.
That is for sure. That is awesome, man. That's phenomenal. So let's talk about the quarterback. You know, who makes it all work?
Dyson Sutton's our quarterback. He is a junior this year. I think before tonight, he was sitting at about 2,500 yards on the year. And I want to say, it's been a long day, brother. I'm trying to remember. He's got about 26 or 7 touchdowns maybe now.
Wow.
He's had a really good year. I think probably the best thing is his completion percentage. He's sitting at about 68% completion percentage. Tyson is a very accurate quarterback.
Wow.
He does not get rattled. He can make plays with his legs, but you know, he's a thrower, and we don't usually ask him to a whole lot because he does something for us that nobody else can do and throw that football. But you know, he's a really good quarterback there. Compliments. We got very talented backfield. Got 2 running backs. Junior Braden Maples, who was a Mr. Football semifinalist.
Yes.
I think Braden's up to about 25 or 6 touchdowns as well on the ground. And then we've got a real talented senior, Cecilio Rodriguez. We got 2,000-yard backs now, man. I mean, those guys are they're a real dynamic duo in the backfield and do a great job. But I really got to shout out our defense. We've got a great defensive football team. Have had all year. Held people to really low scores. You know, tonight, Tyner, and man, they're a great football team.
Oh yeah, great program.
I want to give them all the credit in the world. They gave us all we could handle and more. But really proud of our defense. Tyner came in averaging 40 points a game tonight. We held them to 20.
Let's go. That's how you do it, Coach. That's how you.
Absolutely.
And ever since I've ever started coaching, we know what scores the points, but defense wins championships, Coach. And it sounds like you have a defensive minded team that always, foots the bill, make sure they take care of business, and it keeps you guys in the lead. So I love that. So you said it was a pretty tough game for you tonight?
It was. We jumped out to a good lead after halftime. So the back I was telling you about, Braden Maples, is a really good back. Braden's got several Division I offers. Got offers from Liberty, Memphis are a couple of his latest. Quite a few more, Miami, Ohio,
nice.
Marshall. Braden's got a lot of offers. Had a great career so far at Gatlinburg. He'll have a great senior year next year. But we come out of the half. We were up 9-7. Mm-hmm. We kicked the field goal right before the half to go up 9-7. We come out and Braden returned the opening kickoff back. I think he went about 80 yards. Just kind of creased him up the middle, took it all the way back. That really gave us a lot of energy. After that, our defense really flew around. Now, we let them get back in it at the end. Like I said, man, I got to give a lot of credit to Tyner as well. Those kids did not quit, and they got a heck of a defense. They were flying around. They made it really tough on our offense. But we got a late tunnel screen there that got us a first down on our last possession. And after that, we were able to run the clock out and close it out.
There it is. There, the ball game, baby. We're going into state. Let's go. I love it. So, hey, did they ever kick it back to Braden?
No, they onside kicked twice after that. I'll tell you, man, that's a kid. I would not kick it too because he can take it the distance at any point in time. That was a big moment for him, and a big play in the game as it turned out. Like I said, Cecilio Rodriguez, who also had a touchdown on the night. Those two backs. Cecilio was also our place kicker. He's the guy who kicked the field goal. So,
wow,
two really talented kids for sure. Those guys power our team, and man, I'm just so proud of these kids. We got a great group, man. Great group.
Wow, yeah, indeed you do, guy. And the coaches, the community, obviously a big backbone for you guys.
No
undefeated
doubt.
season on the way to the state title. Congratulations, Coach. You guys, you really do truly deserve it, like Coach Todd Loveday said. And it's been a battle, and God's timing is always the best, right? So it sounds like you speak to a great group of kids, a great group of coaches, and to really put it on the back for the whole community and anybody that's been a part of Gatlinburg Pitman, even though they're not going to the state, like they still gonna say, hey, that's my team, those are my guys.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And you're 100% correct. All credit to the Lord above. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. I'm a very blessed man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm blessed to have this opportunity to speak with you tonight. Coach, is there anything you want to tell the folks at home to assure that they come to Chattanooga and support you?
That's it, brother. Hey, we're not done yet. We got one more to go. Make sure you come and watch us down there in Chattanooga next week. It's going to be a great game. We've never promised anybody any outcomes, but we promise you that we'll fight, and I know our boys will do that next week, and we'll be there, man. Go GP.
Go GP. Let's go, Coach. I love it. Congratulations. Good luck. I hope you guys take the most expensive buses you can find in Chattanooga.
Hey, our people down here told me that we were going first class.
That's how you go.
They always take care of us.
That's how you go. That's awesome, Coach. Again, great speaking with you, and I hope to speak with you in the near future. Hopefully you can come join our show on Wednesdays. I have a show called Exigent Sports, and we just try to help bridge the gap between greatness and the dream, high school and college, and really see, how coaches help, propel that, to make that happen for them. So it'll be great. I don't want to talk to you again until you win that gold ball, but after that gold ball, I want to see you on the show, Coach.
Sounds great, man. You book it.
Indeed. All right. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night. Again, congratulations. Go GP.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. All right. Look at that. How about that? God is great. Coach Tyler Williams out there in Gatlinburg Pittman, undefeated season, unbelievable talent, headed to Chattanooga to play Westview. And as I stated before, I got GP, undefeated GP that is, winning that ball game. And what an amazing coincidence, shall I say, is the two teams in Sevier County, well, there's a few more, but the two prominent teams in Sevier County, which is Sevier County and Gatlinburg Pittman, both on their way to the state championship. How about that? There's going to be a party in Sevier County after that state championship, and you do not want to miss it. And I hope Coach Ty Loveday and Coach Williams give me a phone call, because I don't want to miss it either. I want to be there. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a parade if both of them bring that gold ball home. I think it's going to be a sight to see. Gatlinburg is already beautiful, one of the most visited cities in the United States of America, with great attractions. Shout out to Dolly Parton for everything that she does for her community out there. Dolly Parton, you should know, went to Sevier County High School, was a member of the band, and those band members get their gear and their band equipment all from Dolly Parton. She makes sure she donates to those guys, as that is her alma mater. So it looks like it's going to be a party in Sevier County area, and I hope you're there, and I hope they call me to be there. If they do, I'm not taking a camera, I'm not taking my microphones, I'm not interviewing anybody. I'm going to just blend in and be a part of the crowd and enjoy the moment as they come back with the gold balls, as I truly believe that they both will. How about that, guys? More coaches we're going to try to get a hold of. And it's been a busy year. It's been a busy season. A lot of people are traveling. Some people are not. Some coaches want to talk. Some coaches don't. I can't expect to have as many coaches as we had in the past, but we're going to push that button, and we're going to try to make sure that we can. So I'm going to take a small commercial break. Let's see who else we can try to get on the line, and we'll move forward with this show shortly as soon as we get back.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
Bring the whole family together at the Free Medical Clinic Holiday Ice Rink at the Oak Ridge Mall parking lot in front of Bank of America and the movie theater all of December. Glide on synthetic ice with family or friends, or go skating for the first time, and create joyful memories for all ages. Leading up to the Free Medical Clinic New Year's Eve 2026 countdown at Bissell Park, where you enjoy live bands, ball drop, fireworks, all for free.
See you on the ice. Bye.
More more information, go to fmcor.org, fmcor.org.
Hi, I'm Rick Scarborough, State Representative. Friday nights are special in Anderson County. Football under the lights, warm weather, cool nights, and some intense rivalries. I want to congratulate the student athletes, the cheerleaders, the band, the teachers, the coaches. You've worked incredibly hard. Go out there, compete hard, and enjoy it. There's nothing like high school football.
My bad, guys. I'm just kidding. I had some M&Ms, a little hungry. Been moving all day with the family, as I told you. So I was chewing the M&M, and CJ was like, 3, 2, 1. I'm as fast as I can trying to chomp it down, but it didn't quite work. But guess what? You will not believe this. Coach Wes Stone is on the line. Yes, Wes Stone's on the line. Let's get him on the phone call. This Coach DJ at Friday Night Scoreboard. Tell me we have Coach Stone on the line.
Yes, sir.
Coach Stone, congratulations. You're on your way. But you know what? Before I say you're on your way, you was all the way down here in Morgan County, probably about 10, 15 minutes from my studio, Coach, and you didn't come see me?
Well, I'm sorry about that. I've got 60-something teenagers and 15 coaches. They're cold and tired when we get home.
You know what? You know I'm messing with you, Coach, but, man, only way that anyone can describe your team is a college team. Why is that?
I think that's, I don't know if that's accurate. You know, I think the kids play hard, and, you know, if they watched the game tonight, it sure wasn't a college offense. You know, it was an old school, grinded out type game with the way Cofield was playing us. You know, they didn't want us to throw the ball, didn't want us to go on the perimeter. So, you know, we had to, resort to a power game tonight. So that's kind of what we did.
Absolutely. Cofield's been dominant for many, many years, and it seems like you guys are just that thumbtack in their side. You know, year after year, you continue to knock them off. How would you grade a Cofield team?
That Cofield team, that's one of their better teams in a while. I told Coach Napier after the game, that's a really good Cofield team, and I knew it was a really good Cofield team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they lost in a shortened game early in the year. That, you know, they could have won. You know, if they played the whole game, then they got beat by a 4A team that, you know, I think maybe made the second round in 4A. In overtime, and we knew that was a good team. You know, we knew that was probably the two best teams in the East, and you know they proved it tonight. You know, they're really hard nosed. They're really well coached. Going back through the years, I played Cofield in 1994 when I was a senior in high school. I think that was the first meeting ever, and then I played them as an assistant coach, played against them, and then as a head coach, you know, a couple times now, and the things have never changed. I talked to Mr. Edcock that does the radio, has done the radio for a long time.
Yeah, legend.
Yes, I actually met him in 1997. I was a middle school football coach at South Pittsburgh and met him at a game when they played in 97. But it's like I told him, they're always well coached. You go back to Coach Crease, they were well coached with him. They were well coached with, you know, when Keith Henry, you know, Coach Henry was there, and now Coach Napier is a really, really good young coach, and, you know, that played there, and you know, being an alum there, it means a lot to them, and they're just like they always are. They're extremely well coached. They're always really strong. They're always really physical, and you know what you're gonna get when you play them. And this year, you know, they had just a dynamic running back. You know,
yeah.
The Bunch kid is, you know, he's as good as we've seen this year. You know, we've seen a couple good ones, you know, and he's right there with them. You know, just a really good football player. And, you know, they had a really good team. You know, they made us earn it, and they made us grind it out and get in a, you know, kind of a nasty type game and just grind it out 4 and 5 and 6, 7 yards at a time. And that's kind of what we had to do tonight.
Wow. Well, congratulations, Coach. You know, I seen one of your guys and the Bunch kid. They was up for semifinalists as Mr. Football in 1A. Tell me how that plays out. You know, in your history, have you had to play someone in the semis that was a Mr. Football semifinalist on your team and the other team that you was playing, and whoever won that game wound up being the Mr. Football candidate?
Who won? What'd you say? Who won the game?
No. Mr. Football.
Okay.
You have a semifinalist for Mr. Football.
Yeah, we had a semifinalist, and our guy didn't make the finalists. Jaden Bunch made it, and then our other kid, Dayon Cooper, made finalists with the kid from McKenzie. But we played some teams through the years, and I can't remember them right offhand where in the semis or in the quarters and semis where both teams had somebody. Last year we went to Clay County, and we had two semifinalists last year, and Clay County had a semifinalist, their quarterback last year. Mm-hmm. He went on to be a finalist. So we've played different teams through the years that that had those type kids. That's the way the draw works out a lot of times, I guess.
Do you think the victory helps propel that finalist that they're going to pick?
No, that is Mr. Football is a regular season award. It's based off 10 regular season games, and they go and vote for that thing in early November. And the day they vote for it, the state, the TSSAA, they know that day in a sealed envelope who's first, who's second, who's third, who's to make the semifinal. They know that day. So that's long been decided. Whoever's going to win that, there's no. The playoffs don't help you at all. If they did, we had a kid in 2010, Rocky's Hale, that rushed for 1,200 yards in 5 games of the playoffs. And if that would have helped you, he would have obviously won it that year. But it's a regular season award.
Wow! So they know who it is. They just prolong it and just pretty much building up momentum for it.
Right. I mean, they the way that stuff is, like I said, they go and they've got a committee. I don't know who else, on the committee, but they go and they take nominations, and then the committee votes on it, and they turn it in, and it's a sealed envelope, and they just kind of, I guess they release it in stages, I guess, is the best way to say it. They say, okay, here's the top 5, here's the top 3. They come to the, event, and this person is, they have to know. It's kind of like, I guess, the Heisman. They have to know at some point who won it because they have to put their name and stuff on the trophy.
Exactly. Gotcha. That makes sense. Well, Coach, what do you know about McKenzie?
I mean, they're a really good football team, like they are every year that we've seen them.
Yeah.
It's got a dynamic quarterback. Their offense starts with their quarterback. He can run it. He can throw it. They've always been an extremely good RPO team. They're good in the run game, RPO game, screen game. They're a well-coached team, and that's the thing. I mean, once you get to later in the playoffs, everybody you run into is a well-coached football team.
Indeed.
Because it takes good players, but you very rarely see somebody that you don't think's a well-coached team, and they're another one. They're a big team. They probably size-wise they're bigger than we are overall. We've seen them a little bit, and it's going to be a huge challenge for our football team.
Yeah, South Pitt by 50.
Well, I tell you what, that's not going to happen. I think it's about. I'd have it by 1 would be fine with me.
Absolutely, and I love that, Coach. Well, hey, I know you're traveling home. I appreciate you taking the call from our producers to even call in. A lot of respect from this area for you guys. We talk about you often, and as I first stated when we first came on, you have been, pretty much considered as like watching a college team, just well put together, just more athletes than the next team, and in most cases. But you're telling me McKenzie is not only well coached, but they have the athletes that can compete with you?
They've got some really good athletes. Like I said, their quarterback, their quarterback's, I would think, is the odds-on favorite to win the Mr. Football. I think their quarterback's got over 3,500 yards of offense.
Wow.
And they've got 2 or 3 6'2", 6'3" receivers. They've got a scat back, a bigger back, and then they've got a massive offensive line. They are they lost a lot off of last year's team. They had a they had a great team last year. Got upset in the semifinals by the Mays team that we played.
Mm-hmm.
McKenzie was a fantastic football team, and got upset. They had a huge senior class that graduated this year, but they reloaded for sure, and they're right back. I think this is 4 out of the last 5 years for them. They were in it in 21, 22, 23. Last year they didn't go, and now they're back in 25, so they've been there 4 out of the last 5.
Wow. So did you get out of the game pretty much healthy? I know it's some bumps and bruises. It's football. It's a physical, violent sport. But for the most part, are your main guys healthy going on to this chip?
Yeah, they're healthy. Like I said, it was a really physical football game. There's gonna be some that's sore tomorrow. Our running back, he lapped tonight. I think they said he had 22 carries and that's like the most carries of his career. He's a senior running back. He's never had that many carries in a game. I think 19 was his previous high ever.
Wow.
Yeah, he had 22 carries now, so he's going to be sore. But they just got to try to get together and get ready, and try to find a way to win one more.
So what do you do, Coach? What's that preparation like for you and your guys going into Chattanooga?
Well, we will. We'll when I get back tonight. It's going to be late, but when I get back, I'll watch a little bit of film tonight. Try to get about 4 hours of sleep, and I'll probably be at the office in the morning about 7 a.m. and try to get some film work done. And I've got a 14-year-old that likes to go to Tennessee games. He asked me after he's like, "You think we can go to Tennessee game, Dad? It's the last one of the year." So I said, "Yeah, we'll go." So that means I'm gonna work till about noon, then take off and take him to the game, and I'll get back late tomorrow night, and work a little bit, and get up Sunday morning, and we'll work on Sunday morning. I work usually by myself on Sunday morning before church, and then go to church, Sunday school and church, and then after that, as a staff, our staff starts coming in around 12:30, and we'll meet on Sunday and try to get together a game plan. Our practice schedule pretty much stays the same as it has all year. We obviously, in the last week of the season, we won't beat on them as much as we have all year. We'll try to thud up a lot. And, the last we got to get everybody to the game.
Right, exactly. Well, obviously we're rooting for you. I mean, you guys took down our home team in Cofield, but you guys have a great program. I always talk highly of you. Truly respected around this area and well deserved. So congratulations on the victory and good luck at the state championship.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. You guys have a Merry Christmas, too.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Hey, and you said you're coming back out this way tomorrow. Call me. We'll meet up. But don't call me unless you have some swag. I need some swag. You got to bring me some of that South Pittsburgh swag so I can represent.
Oh, I can hook you up with that now.
All right. Again, safe trips home, safe trip back, and back again, and the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Coach Stone, South Pittsburgh knocks down Cofield.
They did.
Yeah, they did. They wound up winning today. You picked them to win. It's your fault.
Yeah. I'm a realist.
Yeah, and they came in the realist, I guess.
I had a guy a long time ago, Mike Richards, used to do the Scoreboard show here. He used to say, you got to pick with your head, not with your heart.
One heartbeat. I pick with one heartbeat.
Yeah. I picked with my head.
Still shout out to Coach Benson Napier, One Heartbeat, Cofield. Jackets up, baby. I mean, we love you guys. You guys did an amazing job. I always knew that South Pitt game was going to be a tough one. But you got to play on your own home field. At least you didn't have to travel. So I think that's a plus.
Very much so.
Imagine going that way and losing and having to come back.
We've done it several times.
Yeah.
Several times. I think that was the only second time we've had a semifinal at home.
You're right.
We have played semifinals mostly at South Pitt, but we've also played at Clay County and at Tennessee Tech. played Monterey at Tennessee Tech. That's the year we went to the finals. Beat them like 42-0 or something.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. So what does Cofield
It was the one
need
year
to
that
do?
South Pitt didn't make it, which thank goodness. Well, and then Clay County, that game came down to the last couple minutes of the game. So
Yeah. Well, so what does Cofield do? I mean, they have the best team around the area. They don't lose often. I mean, they're very well coached. Do they need to?
I think what needs to be done.
NIL.
I think what needs to be done is Cofield needs to put South Pitt on the schedule
during the season.
As you've got to make it to where this isn't just a once ever. I mean, with so much on the line that get used to playing them.
Yeah.
Make it to where it's just another game.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
Well, they had a couple good games,
in which they try to play like Gordonsville every year. Gordonsville is a program that is perennially pretty darn good too.
Mm-hmm.
Which they made it to the quarterfinals of AA. So.
Right.
And that was the one game that they lost, the shortened rain game that they should have won. But
Yeah. So really, in our eyes, they have the one loss. Because the shortened game doesn't count to me.
I don't think it counts either.
So they got one loss in the regular season,
which was to Stone Memorial, who they led pretty large. They had a very large lead on them.
Right.
But
that 4A,
just
more kids,
wore them down.
Yeah,
ran out of gas.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the South Pit.
So do they need to go in their pockets, man? I mean,
they ain't got no pockets in Cofield.
I don't believe that. I've been out there. I know what Cofield got. There's some money out there in Cofield.
This boy don't have any.
There's some money out there in Cofield. I've seen it. But the transfer portal's live, man. Like, NIL is real. Do you do that? Is it worth it for the gold ball? Do you sacrifice that to your community, or do you just let the
I think we saw what happens when you bring in a bunch of other players this year with Anderson County.
Yeah.
Now, they became a better team at the end of the year.
Right.
But to lose to Gibbs, I mean.
Yeah, that's rough. That shouldn't happen. And I love Gibbs, and they
yeah,
Gibbs
I do too. But
Gibbs
I just don't think Gibbs and Anderson County are on the same level.
No.
I mean, I saw both of them play, and but I think the chemistry just wasn't there this year that they normally have at Anderson County.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. So we're just going to stick it the way it is, leave it the way it is. Cofield's always been a great team. They always compete. I know the ultimate goal is the gold ball, but they typically get through the semifinals, pretty often in the past 10 years.
I think this is the eighth or ninth time that they've played in the semifinals.
Yeah. So. It's a good team. They always win their region.
You make it to the Final Four.
That's pretty tough. Yeah.
You've made it to one championship.
And they're one of the smallest teams in the state of Tennessee in classification 1A.
They are.
They are,
yeah.
Yeah.
There's 162 total kids in the school. And I think we dress.
What?
Yeah. 162 total in high school. Not in the K through 12.
I know, high school.
Yeah, 162 kids. So if you look at numbers, most of the time you're going to have a split of around 50-50 boys and girls. So you're looking at 81 boys in the school. And they dress about 35 of them.
Wow.
So almost half of your boy population plays football already.
Wow.
Now, South Pitt,
wow,
they have 275 kids, I think, in school. And tonight, I looked on NFHS, while I was in Sevier County, and they had a lot of boys on the sideline.
Yeah,
and
like 50.
53. I didn't count them. I didn't count them.
I was just off the top of my head.
But I text Greg Addington, and I said, Greg, how many kids do they have? And he said 53.
Wow.
So for a single-A school.
For a single-A school.
I've seen a lot of 3, 4, and 5A schools that didn't dress 53.
Exactly. Wow.
So
says a lot. Well, hey, we got somebody on the line. Let's see who we have. Friday Night Scoreboard. Who do we have on the line?
It's Homer Simpson.
Hey, Homer.
It's Mark Packer. How you, bud?
Hey, Packer. How you doing, man? Thanks for calling in. How was your trip out there to Sevier County today?
It was cold if you were out there working. Now, luckily, those of us in the press box weren't too bad, except for when they kept opening the window. But
hey, you're one.
You're Sevier County. Obviously, they're playing at a very high level.
Yeah.
They'll play Page again. Page has the opportunity to go beyond what the Buffalo Bills did. They've already lost 4 times in a row. Can they make it 5 trips to the championship game and lose 5 consecutive years? My money is on Sevier County.
Yeah.
To go back-to-back and give Page a 5th consecutive championship game loss.
So Page don't have a good schedule until the state championship? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I don't know if I'd say that as much as I think they've been a little snake bit. Maybe it's worse than that, but they lost to Powell, they lost to West a couple times, they lost to Sevier County a year ago, and now Page is going to head off to the championship game for a 5th consecutive year. I mean, congratulations.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills won the AFC 4 consecutive years, but they just didn't win a Super Bowl.
But a silver ball is better than nothing. Right?
I guess.
I mean,
be a bridesmaid, never a bride. If
well,
you get a little old, that you're always at somebody else's wedding. But I just think this Sevier County team is just firing on all pistons. They are just so high level with what they do, and their athletes remind me of the Maryville teams of a number of years ago. Just great athletes all over the field and extremely well coached, and they've got a great quarterback.
Yeah, well, you know what? We got a few teams from East Tennessee still in the hunt, and I'm giving Marion County and South Pittsburgh a nod for East Tennessee just so we can represent. But let's talk about Gatlinburg-Pittman. Undefeated season, knocks off Tyner tonight, and they're on their way for opportunity, first time ever to play in the state championship to win a gold ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, largely in part because Alcoa left 3A. And now it opened it up for somebody else. Now they'll play Ty Simpson's younger brother, Graham Simpson, who's the quarterback for Martin Westview. He is really good. You talk about high level, high efficiency. GP will have to be on their game. They're 14-0. They're our only team in East Tennessee that's undefeated.
Yeah.
And a big win for them tonight in the Mountain Thicket. And man, they have got it rolling over there at GP.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Williams doing a great job, rooting for those guys to bring it home. You got Alcoa, who's just dominating 4A as if they were still in 3A on the way to play Pearl Cone, who's also has a good, well-programmed, well-coached program out there. But, I don't see Pearl Cone beating Alcoa. Is there a chance?
When we talked about what game to do on TV tonight, in our private conversations, I said, well, I think if we go to Alcoa Greenville, no disrespect to Eddie Spradlin in Greenville, because they've got a great program, but I said conventional wisdom says we're going to be going to the 4th quarter at our game, and we'll say, going to the 4th quarter is Alcoa 28, Greenville 7. That's what I think. There was one perfect storm this year. We were fortunate enough to have that on Rivalry Friday when Anderson County jumped up and got Alcoa 31-30.
Yeah.
If it could go perfectly, it went perfectly. And I think that was the one time this year that Alcoa was going to be bitten. And they're back to Alcoa. And I think Alcoa wins an 11th straight state championship.
Wow.
10 in 3A and 1 in 4A, and let's start a new record in 4A.
Wow. Well, Oakland's Middle Tennessee, and they're going to face Ravenwood. Oakland is the previous champion in 6A last year. 6A is just a whole different ball game, right?
Yeah, it's a different ball game, and unfortunately, it feels like that the power has all shifted over to Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee. There was a time when the Murfreesboro schools couldn't beat Maryville, and those days appear to be over. Obviously, they are over.
Yeah.
Because Maryville hasn't been able to get past the Murfreesboro schools. Didn't have to play one until they got to the semifinal over the past few years, and then the playoff format changed for this year. And then they ran into having to play Murfreesboro 3 consecutive weeks and didn't get out of the second week of it. So, yeah, I mean, Ravenwood and Oakland, Kevin Creasy does such a great job over there. That wing tee that he's running at Oakland, he's got athletes.
Super.
He's got a system.
Yeah.
And I would take Oakland again.
It's crazy to say Oakland is running a wing tee with 3 quarterbacks, 8 running backs, and 8 and 10 wide receivers they can all take it the distance.
Well, Creasy's done a wonderful job of getting talent, and whether we want to say it's fortunately, unfortunately, whatever we want to say, that's the name of the game right now, with players jumping from school to school like we're in college doing NIL.
Yep.
And we've seen more and more of that. I will say this. After our game tonight, Austin Price and Eric Kane and I had a conversation just about, when do we want to look at setting the TV schedule for next year? And Austin made a good point. He goes, I think we've got to wait a little bit later now. I think we can't go set the schedule in December.
Right.
We might have to wait till February or March. We need to. Who gets the web job, for instance? Who gets the South Doyle job?
Right.
You look around and there's jobs open everywhere. What happens at these places? And then what happens because of that at these places? So back to Oakland, Creasy's done a wonderful job of positioning himself where players want to go play for Oakland, and now they can.
Yeah.
One-time transfer rules come into play. And then it's just going to be all heck breaking loose when that happens.
That's all great points there, and that's something you definitely have to weigh out. But is there any surprises tonight?
I think when we talked before the game, we felt like Alcoa would win fairly easily. We felt like that Halls had an uphill battle against Sevier County. Kind of were afraid we might have a game that I didn't think it'd be that bad, but I think we felt like Sevier County was going to win.
Yeah.
We looked at 3A, and we all kind of felt like that Coalfield, Eagleton, and GP would all 3 lose. So the surprise has to be GP knocking off Marion County.
I'm with you there. Coalfield didn't
I think
put up.
That's got to be the one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I agree.
I think so. Coalfield didn't put up the numbers I expected them to put up today. And South Pitt has just been described as like watching a college team. What do you know about South Pitt?
I don't know much about them, to tell you the truth. I mean, I just know a tradition-rich program, kind of like Alcoa. Kind of like a program that they just continue to win, and they're just better than their classification. Look at South Pitt and say they probably ought to be playing in 3A.
Right.
You look at Alcoa and you say they probably ought to be playing in 6A.
Yeah, they do.
And it's a little unfair, but the TSSAA has got their lines, they've got their enrollment. It's not that they're doing anything wrong. They're doing what they're allowed to do. I think the thing about Alcoa that everybody tells me is just how well coached they are.
Do you believe that they recruit? Because I don't.
Do I believe that Alcoa recruits?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this story. A few years back, I went, and this maybe this will answer your question. A few years back, GQ, George Quarles was at Maryville. So this is a little while back. And I was sitting in the office to talk to George about the possibility of doing a Maryville game on TV. And when I was sitting there, this big kid comes walking in. He's probably 6'4", 300 pounds. Comes in with a man. You kind of figure maybe it's his dad or friend, not sure. And so George comes walking out into the lobby, whatever, sees me sitting there and sees this kid sitting there. And George says, kind of grins at me, and he goes, "Hey, Mark, come on back." So I went on back, and he said, when you win like we have, players just show up.
Touchdown, baby.
They just show up.
They just show up. That program don't have to recruit. People want to be there.
They don't have to recruit. I mean, if you're a kid and you have a choice, then what's a kid gonna choose? I think I'll go to school X and go 1-9, but I'll get to play a lot. I think I'll go somewhere and get to play 15 games because I know we'll play for a state championship. Maybe I'll get a ring and a state ball and I can crack the lineup and get to play. I just think every kid wants to win.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's Alcoa, and then Brian Nix and David Sweetland, and that whole staff, they are as good as any you will find anywhere.
Yeah, no doubt, and they've proven that over and over. Obviously, we just said 10 state championships back-to-back in 3A, probably going to go Peck 1 in 4A and restart a new record going forward in the 4A. Brad and I was talking. I was asking Brad, hey, Cofield, they're really good. They win, but it seems like they can't knock off a South Pitt. Do you go recruit? Do you hit NIL? What does Cofield do? How do they get over the hump to beat a college team like South Pitt?
Here's the challenge, and this is back kind of where we are. I won't say a name of a school. I won't say a name of an administrator.
We already did.
What?
We already did.
No, well, I'm telling another story, and I'm protecting the innocent, so I'm not going to say any names.
Okay.
After the game was over, this team got drilled, and I was talking with an administrator at the losing school after the game, and the administrator says, I've got to help my coaches out more. The team we played had 30 Division I athletes. We had 3. I've got to get that number up to 20. And you're like, hey, how you plan on doing that? I mean, this is the guy that says that what Jeremy Pruitt got busted for is now legal. And Jeremy Pruitt still got in trouble and got a show cause and all this stuff because players were getting French fries in McDonald's bags.
Right.
French fries.
Right.
Now players get a bag full of French fries, and they take a photo of themselves with the French fries and say, "I love McDonald's French fries," and then they just earned the French fries.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
So it's just different. It's just a different day.
So do you agree that Cofield needs to pull out the money bag, the French fry bag, and bring some players in?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I don't know who you would get in Coalfield that's going to be some money man that's going to go out there and convince kids to come move to Coalfield.
That's what I said, too.
I mean, I love Coalfield. It's a neat place to travel to. I mean, I know, Brad's from there. But I'm just saying, I don't think it's quite the thing of, hey, we're going to go recruit and we're going to sign 30 players and have them come all live in Coalfield. I just don't see that happening. Now, you want to go out there and get them to come to some 6A school and 5A school, be in a big community, that's another thing.
Yeah.
It's another story for another day.
Yeah. Well, hey, Mark, I appreciate you calling in. Really appreciate it. You do a great job at what you do. You calling and supporting us tonight was great. The folks got to hear your voice after your broadcast, so that's always a good thing. You have a safe trip home, and I hope to speak with you next week around the same time.
Sounds good, guys. Appreciate both of you.
All right.
Thanks, man. See you.
Mark Packer, the engine that drives the Rivalry Thursday brand, gave us a call and gave us a rundown. But it looks like we have Coach Nix on the line from Alcoa. Welcome to Friday Night Scoreboard. Coach Nix, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
How you doing, Coach?
I couldn't be better right now, to be honest with you.
I know that's right. Congratulations on another victory. You get knocked down. Probably 1 second would have been different. You win in Anderson County, but you guys take that loss. Greenville knocks off Anderson County, and you guys demolished Greenville. What did you feed them, Coach?
I'd say, we talk to our kids about it all the time. Everybody loves to win. Do you love to compete? There's a reason we moved up to 4A. There's a reason we try to, schedule tough regular season games. We want to compete. how can you know how good you are until you compete? And when you compete, sometimes you lose. And that's why I talk to our guys, and I don't think I did a good enough job of I tried like crazy to convince our guys that we could lose against Anderson County. They had some losses. They trying to get, kill them back at quarterback. And I'm like, it's the team, if you go up there and play sloppy, they can beat you. And we played sloppy and we lost. And I thought they played really well that night. We didn't play our best football, and that ultimately comes down to me. But I think if you'll allow yourself when you get beat, you really examine the reasons why, not try to blame things, but look at, and the first thing we did is, as coaches, I felt like we put our kids, I did as a defensive coach, made some bad coverage calls. There's not too many times at Alcoa we score 30 points and lose. And so I felt like, the offense did obviously scoring 30 points. I felt like you should win. And so we cleaned some things up on defense. And to me, it was a challenge to our kids, having to go on the road 3 consecutive games, 2-hour road trips to a really good Upperman team who, that game, we ended up winning by 3 touchdowns, but it was not that. It was a close game. It could easily have been up at halftime, and offense really carried us through. And then having to go to Chattanooga and play Red Bank, and to go to Greenville and win in a semifinal game, I've coached a lot of games at Alcoa. I've not seen us play with an edge like we did tonight too many times. Our kids really had a chip on their shoulder and, wanted to, because there's always been those questions. Okay, you move up classifications. Is it going to be the same result? Can you maintain the championship caliber program that you have? And I think our kids definitely answered that tonight, but that was not the state championship game. And I hope everybody, and I hope our kids realize that is, you're going down playing a Pearl Cone team that's dangerous, and I'll give them credit, man. They open up 0-4, but that's against BGA and CPA and Oakland. They don't back down from anybody, so they're not going to be wowed that we're Alcoa rolling in there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. I wondered, how did your players feel when they found out that Greenville beat Anderson County? Was they glad, or was they mad because they wanted to go beat them in the semis?
Yeah, I'm sure in the back of their mind they would love to have a chance to avenge that loss, but you can't. It's so cliched, right? But you better put all your time and all your energy into the next opponent. And I think for us, it almost is more added motivation. Okay, the team that beat you, Greenville just beat them. So you better be ready for a war. And I think it's always the challenge when you're winning. You come out game 1 and beat Maryville, is now going on to the rest of the year and convincing our guys that these other teams are good. It doesn't matter what you did in that game. And so I think they were thoroughly convinced that Greenville was good tonight and came out and played as such.
Ultimately, do you think a loss in the regular season made them understand that they're not, invincible, that they can be beat and make them play?
Yeah, obviously that loss was in us somewhere, and we had tried everything. Jody Wright said this to me a long time ago. You probably remember saying it, but everybody is battling adversity or complacency. And so, at Alcoa, we battle complacency a lot, and we try and practice to be competitive and try to do things to make us keep getting better. But, they had been eating that rat poison. People, you're one of the best teams in the state, one of the best high school teams I've seen. Y'all could win at 6A. And I'm like, you guys better not believe it. And like I said, we left the door open at Anderson County, and they took advantage and played a really good game. But I just, I think there has been a ton of growth, and that, to me, it goes back to our coaches trying to find what each individual kid can do better and how we can coach them better. Because it all, something I learned from Gary a long time ago, ranking, that it ultimately comes back to how can we coach them better? What could we have done to put them in a better situation to win that game? How can we help them moving forward? And our kids trusted us and responded. They didn't question. They trusted us. We got right back to work on that Monday, and I think the fruits of their labor were shown tonight for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Phenomenal game, pretty much of a blowout. Expected Greenville to have more of a fight than that, but I think, like you said, the loss kind of opened things up for you guys, and sometimes it's a good humbling experience to take an L. You took it at the right time. I do have you guys winning the state ball, against Pearl Cone. I know they're a great program. well coached. You know, they manage things well. But
hey, will you call Bernetti that we've already won, because maybe he won't show up. Man, Bernetti's my boy, man. I respect that dude, and those kids love him, and they play hard. And it'll be, it's going to be once again. We better put this. I told them enjoy this win. You enjoy it Saturday, you enjoy it Sunday. But of course we usually bring them in the playoffs on Sunday. We don't have this week get an extra day. I said, but when you come back Monday, you better put this as far out of your mind as possible.
Yeah.
And get ready for a team that can beat you in a second. So and once again, I respect them because they play tough competition, and they ain't gonna be wowed by us at all.
Does the plan on Saturday, does that make a difference in the way you plan this week?
Yeah, I think you try to keep it as normal as possible. I think when we played on Thursday one year, that was a little bit of a challenge. I think really now we just we're going to usually we bring them in for film and walkthrough on Sunday during the playoffs. Well, now we're just going to do the film and the walkthrough on Monday, do our normal Monday practice on Tuesday, and just bump everything back a day. So hopefully it gives them a couple of days to recover, get healthy, take a deep breath, and come back fresh. And so we're going to try to keep it just like a normal week as much as possible.
Are you healthy right now?
Yeah, we are. I mean, we really, other than Condis Cherry being out for the year, of course he was such a spark for us. And we miss him, just the kind of kid he is. He's just such a fun kid to be around, and but he had ankle surgery, so and recovering well. But everybody else, I mean, we're really as healthy as we've been. After Anderson County, we were banged up. We were banged up after Upperman, starting to get healthy against Red Bank, and we were fairly healthy tonight. We had a couple of guys with sprung ankle and a hyperextended shoulder, but they both played through that tonight, and really looked better than what I thought they would. So I think we're as healthy as we've been probably since the Anderson County game.
Yeah, that's awesome, Coach. And you pretty much answered the question: how do you prepare for a Pearl Cone? But do you already have film on them?
Yes, we do. And I think to me, Pearl is like us. Like they're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're not going to be either. We're going to try to do what we do and do it well. And I think that's that's what Bernetti's always done, and the kids play hard. They're always going to challenge you on the perimeter. They can run on defense. Big inside linebacker that can run. So I hadn't watched a ton. And when I checked some of the scores, and I saw, you look at a tight game against NBA, a tight game against CPA. And so I just went back and watched some of the highlights. Their quarterback can spin it, man. He's got I hadn't watched a ton. I think we already have some film on him, I'm sure, but. I was on the bus coming back watching our game, trying to go ahead and tag. I like to try to get it done on Friday night so I can have that film, the clips ready for our guys, and then just move on to the next one. But we'll get up in the morning and coaches and start working on them.
That's awesome, Coach. And I don't want to hold you long. I know it's probably past most people's bedtime right now, but a lot of things, a lot of games. The guys up front, they do not get the recognition that I believe they truly deserve. So before you leave us, could you give us some of those names of the guys on the front end that's in the battle in the trenches every single game, starting on the offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, our offensive line, Marley Watts, Jacob Crow, Colton Moore, Ton Brazelton, Lane Ferguson, and Sam Garland. That's all our offensive line, and they've been great all year long. I mean, a tight game, the Maryville game and the Upperman game, we really needed a boost. Our offense gave it to us. But tonight, Blair Goodson, Carter Cowart, and Kenny Harris, those are our three defensive linemen. And, I mean, they played as violent and as vicious as I've seen them against a really good offensive line, a well-coached, a big offensive line. And that's the thing, we're not big up front. All three of those guys are, I think Carter's 220, Blair's about 230, Kenny's about 230. So we're not big, but, guys that have worked in the weight room, they're incredibly strong. They're probably all of them are 300-pound benchers, 500-pound deadlifters, 400-pound squatters. And that power and strength showed up tonight, but man, they just played with a viciousness that I hadn't seen out of. I think we play hard all the time, but there was an edge they played with tonight that was really impressive to see against a really good Greenville team.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Coach, congratulations on yet another victory and a trip to the state championship. Obviously, you're in our DMA, our demographics, and we're rooting for you. We want you to continue bringing the tornado and wiping everybody out. We love it. Again, congratulations, and best of luck to you in the state championship.
Appreciate you guys supporting us and having us on.
Absolutely.
Have a good night.
You as well.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Coach.
All right. Y'all take care.
You too. Coach Nix, we got him.
He's talking about the quarterback spinning it. Now, he's got a guy that can spin the ball.
He got a guy that can spin the ball. He's really good, and he can use his feet as well.
I think he's a Mr. Football finalist.
Is he? Yeah.
I think he's a finalist.
I think I seen that. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. Really, really good. I forgot his name, but he has that hair like Manu or something like that. Yeah. That's it. He has that hair like the Head and Shoulders guy that played for. What's his name? Help me. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh man, if you wouldn't have said that.
Come on. Anyway,
I'll throw it out in just a minute.
There it is. But hey, guys, season's not over yet. We still have some state championships to go. Are we going to be on next week? Or is this our final episode?
It's probably our final one because I've got basketball next Friday night.
You got basketball.
Yeah.
I told you guys at the beginning of the show this might be it, and we truly appreciate you. And I also want to give a shout out to the Free Medical Clinic, who this show is brought to you by. Make sure you go to fmcor.org and learn how you can volunteer, not just medical, but there's many non-medical roles that you can work from home. And you want to help your neighbors, go to fmcor.org. For every $1 that you give, it can turn into $10 worth of care. And the Free Medical Clinic does more than medical and mental health. They have a full community health team that connects patients to food, housing, education, and other social services. A true wraparound care. So from education to food to mental to your substance abuse disorders, they have you covered, and they want to make you healthy, and this is going to make our Anderson, Morgan, and Roane counties more wealthy. So make sure that you reach out if you don't need the health care, because you already have health care insurance, and you want to volunteer, you want to help keep us healthy and grow our communities more wealthy.
And donate.
Donate, yeah. Send a donation. Your time is valuable. They can use you there. So fmcor.org is the way that you get started with that. Please do that. Please, we're begging you, and let them know that the Friday Night Scoreboard sent you.
That's right.
Vandy, Tennessee.
So next Friday we play at Rockwood. Coalfield Rockwood, so you need to come down.
I'll be there with my camera, and I'll do some highlights on Action Sports.
All right, so tomorrow. Man, I hope we win.
Oh, I hope we win. I think we're going to win.
I don't want to hear Pavia if they win.
He's talking junk.
He's already cocky as all get out.
He's talking junk.
Yeah, he is.
But he's backed it up.
Well, for the most part. But, to say that he's already NFL worthy and this and that,
I mean, he's 27.
He about is. He might be our age.
He's prime ready to go. I say so. But, Vanderbilt has had a great team this year. They play some great teams this year.
I'd just like to knock them out of a chance
to go into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But that's not going to help propel us to the playoffs.
No, but it moves us up.
Mm-hmm.
I think we move up, poll-wise too. But
what is the opportunity for Tennessee to make it to the playoffs with 3 losses?
Well, with Texas winning tonight, it probably made it real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there's going to be a 3-loss team, it's going to be Texas.
Yeah. Texas beat Texas A&M tonight.
Yes.
That was a good game. Georgia knocks off Georgia Tech tonight.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That I didn't know, but
yeah, Georgia 16-9.
And Chandler's saying that if Alabama wins tomorrow, that it's going to be Alabama and Georgia in the championship game again.
So how do they figure this stuff out, man?
But see, Ole Miss is probably in a better position because they're not in the championship game. You don't have the ability to possibly lose another game that could knock you out of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Alabama has, what, one loss? Two losses. One.
I think they have two.
They have two losses?
I think they have two
well,
losses.
If they go in the championship game and lose, now you're looking at now you have a 3-loss team that may not make the playoffs. So they would be better off not going to the SEC championship game.
Right.
So I don't know if this eventually, the playoffs, if we don't eventually do away with the SEC championship game.
Right.
Or a all-conference championship
But who has Ole Miss played? They ain't played Tech.
Well, it doesn't matter. They've beat everybody on the schedule, except for one team.
Who was it? Texas they lost to?
Who did they lose to? I can't remember.
I think it was Texas they lost to.
Who? Georgia? Yeah, it was Georgia.
Georgia. So they haven't played Texas. They haven't played A&M. I mean, they haven't played the teams that Tennessee has played.
No, but the SEC makes the schedule. It's not the schools that make the schedules. The SEC says you're playing this team, you're playing this team, and you're playing this team. So
Lane Kiffin's in for a good payday.
Yeah, and see, we'll find out tomorrow what his decision is.
They're gonna pay that man. Well, he's a great offensive coordinator, though. I mean, he's probably second to none as far as offensive coordinator. But the teams that he's coached has always been weaker on the defensive side of the ball.
Which is strange because his dad was a defensive coach. Monty Kiffin was the guru, the Tampa 2.
Yeah.
Who came up with that?
Wow.
Monty Kiffin.
Wow.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Go Vols. So what are you doing tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. I think I may be babysitting tomorrow. My granddaughter.
Oh, okay. Not Chandler?
Well, no, Chandler babysits us.
Okay.
That's what I told Naomi today too, because I said I really don't want to go to Trevor's house because I've been to his house twice this year for games, and we've lost both games.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I mean, I just hate missing a chance.
I don't want
to stay with my granddaughter.
But you're not gonna let that happen.
But I want to get home before the game starts because we're 0-2 when I'm in Hardin Valley watching from somebody else's house.
Well, did you have a good Thanksgiving yesterday?
I did.
Good.
Did you?
Good. I did. I got to enjoy family. Took a couple trips to see other family members in different cities. So I did. It was a very blessed Thanksgiving, and then we carried over today and went to the Icebergs game. I took 12 family members, basically a couple friends, but 12 family members to the Icebergs game, and we enjoyed it. It was very fun.
Nice.
Very fun.
When did they play?
They played tonight. The game started at 6 o'clock.
Oh, so they were already finished?
I
left early.
I left early. One, I don't like traffic. I can't stand traffic, and
we'll be glad you didn't go where I went today.
Yeah. So, and then I knew I had to be here, so I left a little bit early. The Icebergs was winning when I left, and you don't just score back and forth in hockey. So,
actually, traffic today was not bad.
On the way to Sevier County? Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I made it up an hour and 15 minutes. So, which normally, the drive to the interstate exit is short. It's the hour that you have to spend getting to the high school from from the interstate.
Exactly.
But, no, it wasn't bad.
Oh, good. So, did you see Tim Elrod today?
I did not see Tim Elrod.
I didn't see him today either. I figured I'd see him on TV or he'll come to the Icebergs. Okay. Well, I guess he took it off with family as well. So, and I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoy your family. You know, this is our last episode of the Friday Night Scoreboard. Once again, we'd like to thank the Free Medical Clinic, and I want to give you guys that website one more time. We have to become more healthy and wealthy in Anderson, Morgan, and Roane County, and that's fmcor.org. Make sure that you reach out. There's some contact information right there on the bottom of your screen. Just make sure that you reach out to fmcor.org. If you don't need health and you want to help us be better as people, as a community, you know someone who needs the mental or the substance abuse health or housing, food, all the things, fmcor.org. I challenge you guys, that's your homework, to go in, just look at the website and see what role that you can take to help our communities be better.
I agree. Good people.
Indeed.
The executive director is my cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
Billy
How about
Evans.
that? Well, guys, we've done some things that we haven't done this year. We've talked to so many different coaches, and it's a great thing that you support us and we can continue to grow. So we ask you to continue to support us, make someone aware, continue to share, and be looking forward to the next season, because we want to make it bigger, we want to make it better, and we can't do it without you. Guys, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a blessed night.
Hey, now, wait, before you say goodnight, tune in Wednesday night.
Tune in Wednesday night, every Wednesday, 8 p.m., Exigent Sports, with your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass, bringing you the best student athletes in all sports, both genders, high school coaches. We try to bring some former pros, college coaches, whatever it takes. We just want to give you insight on what it takes to bridge the gap between greatness and the dream. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m., Exigent Sports.
So we'll see you Wednesday.
Wednesday, that's right. We'll see you Wednesday.
8 o'clock.
So are you doing the Christmas parade this year?
Yeah, I've got a ton of them. I'm doing one Monday night at Kingston.
Okay, it's going to be on BBB?
It won't be, well, it'll air eventually on BBB. Okay. I will stream it live, but it won't be on BBB live.
Okay.
We'll replay it.
Okay.
Several times between now and Christmas.
Okay.
All of them.
Good deal. What else do the people need to know? That's about it?
About parades. That's it. Just tune in.
That's what's up. Tune in.
We'll get the schedule.
Share. Make someone aware of BBB Communication. And I want to give a shout out to my boy CJ in the back. You may know him as Chandler. I know him as CJ. That's my guy. I love him. He makes it all happen for me. So, and lo and behold, it's Brad's son.
Yeah, BJ, CJ, and DJ.
BJ, CJ, and DJ. All at BBB, baby. Let's go. Right. Guys, thank you. Have a wonderful night. God bless.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 804.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community.
Most beautiful sights that you will find in East Tennessee when it comes to high school football. And it's like deja vu as the defending 5A state champion Sevier County Smoky Bears one win away from a trip to play for another state championship, but standing in their way, this year's Cinderella story, the Halls of Red Devils. Mark Packer along with Austin Price will get down on the field in just a few minutes, but we've been here before, Timer 3.
We have, especially with these couple of programs, and will be a Daredevil Falls night or a Big Bear Mountain night as we bring it all in here to Sevier County with Dollywood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just did that on the fly. It wasn't even playing. Boom. We're off and flying.
Here's the deal. You've already got your list over here as Halls warms up. But here's the thing about when we come to Sevier County is, where did you start this?
Well,
they say over the PA.
They use the CBS Sports theme, and they start naming from such and such to such and such. And so I'm like, I love that when they do that. It just fires me up. So I went in there after a couple of games ago and I said, give me the list. And so it's just areas, Klingman's Dome, it's Boogertown, Paw Paw Hollow, Reagantown, Gumstand, Flat Creek.
So you're going to throw these into let's get down to the sideline. You got all your names down there. Sophie Starkey is with us. Eric Kane is down there on the field. Everybody's trying to warm up. Eric, we'll start with you, the quarterback for Halls, Amari Lethko. He's been full of potential. That potential is finally coming to fruition.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, he's played so much football. We've had so many of his games with Halls over the years. And what a rough start to begin this season. Of course, Hall started 0-3. He had a couple of pick sixes there, more pick sixes than touchdown throws in the early season going. But you look at the stats right now, really rounding into form, 28 touchdowns, 6 more on the ground. He's got 8 picks on the season. He is playing his best football of late, looked really good in the quarters last week with a couple of touchdown passes to Brody Rogers. When he's inside the 10, his legs are a real factor. Amari Lethko playing about as well as anybody in the state right now.
You flip it to the other side, Sophie, and Cooper Newman is the straw that stirs the drink for the old Smoky Bears. He just continues to make plays.
Yeah, we've mentioned his name several times before. He's a playmaker of this team, and he's taken his game to another level so far in the season. He's a Power 4 prospect, a Mr. Football semifinalist, and he's been carving defenses apart with 3,200 yards on the season and 41 touchdowns. And something that makes him so hard to defend is the depth of receivers he has as well. There are 5 different Smoky Bears players with 30 or more catches on the season. That's led by Parker Newman and Bryson Hedrick. So Cooper Newman plus all those receivers, that's a pretty tough offense to beat.
Hey, Sophie, I'm going to ask you and Eric your help with something. Austin's up here looking at all these cities, and he's got something that he wants to practice. Can you rattle something off and see if they think it's okay?
Better yet, does Sophie think Eric resides in Shady Grove or Yellow Bridges?
I don't know if I want to know.
My parents go to church in Shady Grove, so there's a tie in there.
There's an answer.
Yeah, there's the answer.
Okay, we'll get back to y'all in a little bit. We'll let him work on these cities, and we'll get back to you in a bit. Hey, there are several games tonight, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5A.
Yep.
We still have teams alive. Austin's going to zero in on one of those Cinderella stories. Not Halls, that's tonight for us here, but Eagleton, and what a year as Blount County will host a state semifinal tonight.
Here at Eagleton with head coach Stephen Childs. Coach Childs, you have a chance to do something later tonight that no Blount County school team, not a school in Blount County, but no Blount County schools team has done in over 50 years, and that's make a state title game. And what's that feeling like? What's this road been like?
It's been a journey for sure. I mean, quite literally for us, and where we used to practice to where we're practicing now to where we're playing. It's been an adventure. But to answer your question, the history is cool to be a part of, right? History in the making, and these kids have thought about that they're playing more for Blount County than just the village. You know, like we live here in a community, Eagleton Village, and they're obviously excited about that, but it's really cool to have the whole county behind it. So that's been fun.
What do you like about this team?
They'll laugh, but it's kind of a joke amongst us. They think they're blue collar, but the way they play the last 4 or 5 weeks, they are tough-nosed kids, man. They've been fun to be around. They're exciting. They bring energy, and they work hard. So I guess the whole motto of being blue collar is kind of stuck with this group.
Well, your team is colored blue, so
that's right.
It makes sense. Defensively, offensively, what can you count on every Friday night?
Physicality and effort. You know, like swarming to the football is preached. Defensively, doing your job and swarming to the football. Offensively, man, it's we've got big play potential from running backs that can take it the distance to receivers that can do the same, and we've done a good job of taking advantage of that. We got to be able to run the football, right? But we also have big play potential, and I think if we can get Noel and Lane behind their secondary, because we've been successful running the football, then we're going to take those shots.
Are you really excited about the future because of what you all have been able to do to this point?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you look at our feeder program. We built it from scratch. So those kids are here every Friday night. They see it. We hope that excitement, gets them here playing with us. They're Eagleton Rockford kids. And, when you build something from scratch, the same vision, the same goal as these 8th graders, when they were 8th graders, now they're seniors, it's coming together. We got a long way to go, right? But it's coming together, and pleased with where we are, not satisfied. We want to be playing in Chattanooga, right? But
the biggest key to getting to do that is what?
Swarm to the football. They've got some big play guys that we've got to have 11 hats to them throughout the game, and we got to be able to execute offensively. Bring some pressures, have speed all over the field, and we've got to be able to run the football and take shots when they're there.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and Eagleton goes into this game, Sophie Starkey, as the underdog, Marion County 12-1, but you never know.
Yeah, and this one feels a little bit like the battle of old versus new. You've got Eagleton, who's got a new stadium, a new field, and a new identity, taking on a defending state champ in Marion County. 5 state titles, 10 championship appearances. Eagleton really heavily relies on the arm of their quarterback, Mason Mitchell. 27 touchdowns so far this season. Marion counters, though, with a pretty lethal run game, averaging 220 so far this season. So you never know what could happen, but should be a good offensive game.
Yeah, no question who the favorite is there. As the cheerleaders get us ready for game time, let's check in with the head coach of the Smoky Bears, Todd Loveday. All right, here with Todd Loveday, Sevier County head coach. Does this feel like deja vu?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I feel like you're part of our crew. So I've seen you so much, but welcome back here, and be a great night for football.
So we're not the Smoky Bear Network like we were a year ago, but this is twice. In all seriousness, a year ago you guys were the hunters. Now you're the hunted. How different is that?
Not a whole lot. Our guys, they respect everybody we play, and they know the formula it takes. We have a lot of evidence of the good and the bad, and they know it's going to be a 4-quarter battle, and, whoever makes that one more play will come out on top.
Let's talk about this Halls team that's practicing behind you. I've kind of termed it the old David versus Goliath. This is a team that started 0-3, but, boy, they're peaking at the right time.
Good football team. I mean, you look at any film we have on them, a lot of talent, a lot of guys playing tough, and they're playing their best ball right now, which is what you want, and we expect everything.
What jumps out on the film when you watch them?
Just the number of guys that can hurt you with the football, and I think the quarterback's very tough. He's played a lot of ball. He's very not afraid to take a hit, and he just keeps on going. Looks like a leader of the team, and they're obviously gravitating around him.
Everybody wants to talk about Cooper Newman, I get it, but the straw that stirs your drink is Bryson Hedrick, and he stands about, 5'9"?
On a great day, he about 5'6", 5'7". He's just a mismatch problem, and humble kid, never gets rattled, and he wants the ball, whether it's special teams, defense, or offense.
Do you let yourself dream about going back to back and what that would mean to Sevier County High School?
It mean a ton, but we don't look past the window. We always visualize the world ending. The Friday night we're playing. That's how we're going to play, and if that happens, we're truly blessed.
Yeah, this Sevier County team, defending 5A state champions. Can they do it one more time? Much more to get to as the Gray Hodges pregame show will work us towards the state 5A semifinal at the top of the hour. For most of us, our most valuable possession is our home. Well, they say that if you want to increase equity in your home, increase its value, the best way to do it is by renovating your kitchen. So after living in our home for 20 years, we decided to spruce up the kitchen. We made a business decision we called Gray Hodges. Look, if it's the biggest business decision that you make when it comes to your home, don't take a chance. Call the professionals, the people that I trust at Gray Hodges.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Ted Russell Ford is East Tennessee's #1 volume Ford dealer. At the super dealer, you choose how to conquer the road. Gas, diesel, hybrid, or all electric. Right now, get up to $23,656 off MSRP on select Ford F-150s. Or get as low as 0% for 60 months. Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive, or Kingston Pike.
This water makes my hair so dry and brittle.
Aqua Clear can fix that.
Jeez, I hate the way my water smells.
Aqua Clear can fix that.
No matter how much lotion I use, my skin is always so dry.
Aqua Clear can fix that.
With Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
From New Era to New Center to Ellis Creek to Shiloh.
It just doesn't have the same impact as when I do it. Boyd's Creek to Walden's Creek, Milliken Grove to Maple Branch. You got to say it with emphasis and not hesitation.
Quite that much. Okay, speaking of emphasis, let's bring Sophie and Eric back in so we can bring some credibility back to the broadcast. Okay, let's run through 4A, 3A, and 1A as far as previewing games tonight. Let's see, we're going to start with Sophie on the 4A game. We'll be taking live look-ins at Alcoa and Greenville. You really wonder what's going to happen in this game.
Yeah, this one feels like a title game in and of itself. You've got Greenville, a 4-time state champion team. They're undefeated. They're explosive. They're averaging at least 27 points a game, and their defense is only allowing 10. And then you got Alcoa, who is no stranger to this stage as well. It's their 13th straight semifinal appearance, but it's their first in 4A since they dominated 3A for about 10 years straight. It also features 2 quarterbacks who were Mr. Football semifinalists. So this one could go either way. Should be a great game.
I know it said Greenville was undefeated. They are not. They lost right here to Sevier County on this very field. That's not your fault.
No, we had it in the and it's not Brad's fault either in the graphic. But I mean,
it's a Greenville team that's won most of the game. I mean, they've won all but one game. Their loss was to right here, and they easily could have won that game. The point is what do they look like when they play Alcoa at home? I really think this is a motivated Alcoa team. They've looked like a different team since Upperman punched them in the mouth in round 2. Like a different team.
Here's the thing that I've said. We got lucky, when we had Alcoa and Anderson County, that Anderson County pulled off that win. If they played 100 times, how many would each team win? I don't know.
I just kind of wonder if that was the night that woke Alcoa up, and then they just breeze on through to the state championship. So I don't know.
Well, for me, I don't think it was that night. I think it was, again, the second round against Upperman when Upperman went up on them early in the football game and punched them in the mouth.
Eric, pretty close to here is Pittman Center. Gatlinburg-Pittman, they are 13-0.
They are.
Playing host to Tyner Academy, but who's the favorite in this one, Eric?
Yeah, and we've said it, countless times throughout the playoffs, the only local team that's undefeated, and that's Gatlinburg-Pittman this late in the season. And because Alcoa moves up, right, it opens the door for a team like GP to go out and see how good they can be late into November. I'm intrigued, man. You asked who would be the favorite in this one. Probably Tyner. But GP is so dynamic with two really different contrasting style running backs, and Cecilio Rodriguez, who he runs through the contact. And then you've got Braden Maples, who's a home run threat. Craig Husky on defense, all-state linebacker. Elijah Spence allowing a lot of speed out there on the perimeter, both offensively and defensively. Gatlinburg-Pittman, a lot of times throughout their schedule, they've been better athletes than who they're facing. That might not be the case here tonight. So I think it's going to be a slugfest. It should be a good one, Gatlinburg-Pittman and Tyner.
I'm excited for that game. Tyner is the favorite. They are the favorite going into this game. But GP's kind of got a little bit of that mountain thicket magic tonight up there at the true base of the Smokies. I'm excited for this game. The winner is going to have an uphill battle next week against Martin Westview, who will be the other team waiting on the other side. They're the team that lost to Alcoa. They've got 3 or 4 Power 4 top players.
Ty Simpson's brother.
Graham Simpson and Asa Barnes and all that crew. But to make it to this point is a huge deal for GP. Let's see if they can play with a little house money tonight and get a win.
Here's the thing. When we pick a game to do on TV, I get all kinds of comments. Oh, you ought to be doing this game. You ought to be doing that game. You know what? Here's the thing. A game I would love to see tonight is South Pitt and Coalfield.
No doubt about it. I'm excited for that game as well. I think Coalfield's got to make it a 12-round decision. If it's going to be a third-round knockout, it's South Pittsburgh. They have the star power, but Coalfield's got to make this thing just an all-out backyard brawl. Bring in an old chair shot, to put it in wrestling terms. They've got to do those little things tonight if they're going to have a chance against South Pittsburgh. I think they can, but that first quarter's key.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number, and once again, Alcoa Greenville will be taking live look-ins on that one, and we'll keep you updated on all of the games as we go throughout the evening. Okay, let's pull it back here. Halls in Sevier County. Had a chance to visit with the head coach of the Red Devils, Brent Hughes, just a few minutes ago. And what's neat about this game, both head coaches coaching their alma mater. Here's Brent Hughes, the head coach of the Red Devils. Halls head coach Brent Hughes. What year did you graduate, Halls?
That'd be 08.
What'd you play?
Played defensive end.
Were y'all very good?
We were good. Yeah. Got Kevin Julian coach of the year my senior year, so yeah, we was good.
You're making me feel old. When you were playing, I'd already been here a decade. Okay, let's talk about this game tonight. What an opportunity.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's just our kids have earned the right to be here, but being here ain't enough. We got to find a way to keep this thing rolling and do whatever it takes to try to get this win.
You started 0-3, well documented. You and I talked that next week, and you're like, I still feel good about my team. We just got to have some good things go our way. When did you know you could be good?
I knew we could be good whenever the season started. I don't think you panic, right? Football is not about one game. It's not about one score. It's just like in life. There's things ain't going to go your way. You got to find a way to persevere. So that's what this team has done.
It all starts with Amari Lefko. I get it. Rogers catching the football, but your defense has been really good over this stretch.
Yeah, I think we've been benefited of putting kids. I'm a big believer in letting kids be them, and so not try to overcoach things and allow them to go out there and make plays. And that's what they've done in the postseason. And for us to be successful tonight and win, we're going to have to continue to do the same thing.
So you come over here, you face the defending 5A state champions. They got a quarterback in Cooper Newman who plays at a high level and throws it all over the line.
Yeah, I mean, he's got great guys to throw it to. I love their running back. I love their offensive line. I think Coach Loveday is one of the best coaches around here. Their staff, what they do is just great. And so it's a challenge. But like anybody else, you're here, and that's why you want it. You want it to be a challenge.
How much fun was Thanksgiving morning to get up and get to have practice with your guys?
I will never forget the feeling of waking up at 6:30, getting over to the field house just so I could see my guys. And it means the world to me, and because they don't come often, and so when they do, you better cherish them.
And I think it's what a lot of people take for granted is the relationship between the coaches and their players. Hey, tonight's rivalry playoff is all about community. And when it comes to caring for our community, Covenant Health Urgent Care is leading the way with locations in Knoxville, Maryville, Sevierville, and now Farragut. They're open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. No appointments needed. Whether it's a sprain, sore throat, or flu symptoms, Covenant Health Urgent Care delivers fast, friendly care when families need it the most. And with on-site imaging and diagnostics, they are equipped to treat everything from earaches to broken bones. So if you're watching from the stands tonight, remember, Covenant Health Urgent Care is here for you. Right care, right time, right here. And by the way, what a spectacular drone shot by Scotty Liston over that billboard read. Let's take a break. We'll come back to the national anthem. We're going to play some football here in just a few minutes.
For most of us, our most valuable possession is our home. Well, they say that if you want to increase equity in your home, increase its value, the best way to do it is by renovating your kitchen. So after living in our home for 20 years, we decided to spruce up the kitchen. We made a business decision we call Gray Hodges. Look, if it's the biggest business decision that you make when it comes to your home, don't take a chance. Call the professionals, the people that I trust at Gray Hodges.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results, 546-1111.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank. Life made better.
And our thanks, as always, to Jim and Nick's for a spectacular pregame meal right across from Kingston Pike. There's the phone number. The food is spectacular, and I cannot thank them enough. They're providing a meal for both Knoxville and East Tennessee the week of the Commercial Bank Rivalry Showcase. And it's been an incredible year. We talked about this, of just making sure that everyone knows how much we appreciate them.
No doubt about it. I mean, they've been fantastic and come through in the clutch. I mean, it's something different every night, right? Like, it's not the same old.
Except the chocolate chip cookies, which I'm glad they don't change.
Well, but what they do, they give us banana pudding.
Yeah.
They give us brownies. I mean, like, it's more than. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I show up and they're when it's not the cookies, I'm like, okay. But I love the other ones too. So I mean, it's like, you can't go wrong. But the cookies are next level.
Speaking of next level, time now for the national anthem, which is brought to you by Food City.
singing the national anthem, and what a spectacular. What's the guy's name that played over at UT for forever? Sung over there at UT forever?
George Beatsis?
That's it. Yes. How good is that? National anthem here on a spectacular night. It's a busy night with 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and 5A. Prediction of what East Tennessee goes tonight. You're guaranteed to win here.
Well, you're guaranteed to win here, and you're guaranteed to win
in Alcoa Greenville. 1, 2, and 3.
I will go 2 and 3.
Okay.
I think the other ones are underdogs. I think Coalfield can win. I think GP can win. I think Eagleton's probably the tougher of those 3 games.
Okay.
But I still think if you were saying, who do you place it on, it would be Tyner, Marion County, and of course South Pittsburgh.
Well, the last person out of Halls turned the lights out tonight, because we look across and we look at the visiting side, and they have shown up in droves here tonight. It's well documented. They started 0-3. Brent Hughes started. Gary Shepard was the head coach, and Kevin Julian took over. Now, the level of competition that they've beaten is not the level of what they're going to play tonight, but they are on a nice run, 9-1 over the last 10.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I would tell you that, that Halls is as good of a team as Sevier County has faced this year. Grace is right up there. Knox West is not what they've been.
You think Halls is as good as Greenville? Close.
I think it's close enough. I mean, more athletically, probably not. But I think where they're playing and the confidence they're playing with, I do think so. And again, this is a Sevier County team that has had Lady Luck on their side, or however you want to call it. They've been able to, whenever they've been counted out, they found ways to win every game except for that Grace game.
Yeah, the Grace game was just such a surprise. They lost 33-31 that night.
And when they threw the ball to the end zone, didn't you think it was just going to be completed?
Yeah, you kind of used to that. When they played Greenville, Greenville gave them so many opportunities. They got lucky to win that game. Not lucky. They were fortunate. It was a great football game, but the Sevier County team only one loss in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, and again, that was a close
33-31
to Grace.
Yeah.
And so this is a Sevier County team that finds a way. They believe no matter. Look at last week. They're down 10 with 6 minutes to go. They won the football game because they know how to not panic.
Here's the thing. We were over at Central. We were doing Halls at Central.
Yeah.
And you kept giving us the updates because you were kind of following that game, and we were following what you were saying. And there was never a moment during that game where I didn't think Sevier County was going to come back and win it.
Well, I don't disagree. I will say this. I thought they would win when they were down 10 with 6 to go, and then they scored within 40 seconds. I'm like, all right, everything's fine. If they had taken 3 more minutes off the clock, I think it probably changes how everything looks at it.
Well, it's a spectacular night. We start the season. We're always sweating to the oldies. We get to the end of the season, and we see our breath. It is cold out. It is playoff weather. You've got Sevier County looking to go back-to-back. You've got Halls trying to get to a state championship game for the first time since 1996. It's David versus Goliath when we come back on Rivalry Playoffs.
Hey, guys, we got a special guest coach today. Catholic alum, Tennessee great, Cooper Mate.
Thanks, Coach. Let's see what your boys got.
That's it.
Hey, bring it up. Nice work today, man. Y'all hungry? Yeah. We got some Auburn's. Let's eat. Auburn's. Real comfort, real food, real good.
More fingers, Mr. Mays?
Yes, please.
I'm a State Farm agent here in West Knoxville. I love to serve all of East Tennessee for all of your home, car, life, and business insurance. If you need anything insurance related, give us a call at 675-0888.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot, and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Welko is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up.
Guys, we still have a problem. Y'all have a bigger chair?
What's up, guys? It's Devin Driscoll, owner of D1 Sports Training with locations in Hardin Valley and Blount County. If you're looking to take your athlete's sports performance to the next level or increase your overall sports performance and fitness, reach out to us at one of our locations in Hardin Valley or in Blount.
The following live sports broadcast is brought to you by Pac-Man HD Productions.
Opportunities to go back-to-back unless your name is Alcoa. And for the Sevier County Smoky Bears, they have that opportunity this year. 2 wins away from going back-to-back in 5A, and the Smoky Bears will have to overcome Cinderella as Cinderella comes in the version of the Halls Red Devils. Starting the year 0-3, now they find themselves 1 win away from a trip of I-75 to Chattanooga to play for a state championship. Mark Factor along with Eric Kane, Austin Price, kind of a David versus Goliath game. You throw it all out there, and that's what we've got.
Yeah, it should be a good one again. We've all mentioned how Hall started the year, how they finished the year, and then Sevier County. I mean, they're experienced, know how to win at this time of the year.
They do. Can Halls climb Big Bear Mountain tonight? Or will the Smoky Bears see their season go tumbling down Daredevil Falls, to put this in Dollywood terms, as we are right here close by?
Here we go. Let's start with Jarrell Chandler, defensive back for Halls. This is a highly recruited kid. He's a junior, and he may be isolated on Bryson Hedrick tonight.
Yeah, what a big challenge for him. Again, play some safety. They'll move him around. Offensively, he's got 7 receiving touchdowns. He's just a go-to guy, a playmaker for Halls on both sides of the field. Emotional player, and he will need to control those emotions at this stage.
You're right. We've had him a few times on, and he borderlines, rides the fence really hard. Parker Newman is a key. Defensively, he can get after Amari Lethgo. Offensively, he is an old, steady, reliable target for Cooper Newman. You look at what he's done on the year, he just makes plays. He's just a junior. Would expect him to have a big game tonight.
Let's head down to the 4th member of our team, Sophie Starkey with Todd Loveday.
Coach, your team's used to a semifinals atmosphere. What do you want to see out of them tonight?
Just playing to our standards, play fast, play physical, and have a lot of fun doing it.
What challenges does Halls present for your team?
They just have playmakers all over the field. Starts with the quarterback, they all gravitate around him. We got to keep him in check and disallow the big plays.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
First quarter, as always, is brought to you by OEB Law. Turn your wreck into a check. It's a nice, cool, brisk evening, 34 degrees, clear and cold. One of those nights that I'm glad that I'm up in the press box as Sevier County will get the football to start things off.
Eric brought up Jarrell Chandler defending Bryson Hedrick. I think it's fascinating because everybody goes in to play Sevier County, and they know you have to keep number 0 in front of you, and yet nobody can keep number 0 in front of you. I look for tonight, even if Jarrell Chandler is matched up in that matchup, he's a pretty smart player. I think if he feels like he's going to get beat, he's going to get hands on number 0. 15 yards beats 65 to the house. And that's what a lot of teams have let happen too many times, is 0 gets behind the secondary, and then it's all she wrote.
Yeah, again, I mean, you can overcome a penalty. You can't overcome a lot a touchdown or a couple like that. So, yeah, it's a move you can pull out. Obviously, you don't want to be in that position, but certainly something that you could do because that Hedrick is a dynamic player.
Well, Hall's won the toss. They have elected to defer, so Sevier County will get the football. And Sophie Starkey, I'll bring you back in if you can hear me. We're up here in the press box isolated. It's warm, but boy, it feels like it's electric out there.
It does, and the amount of Halls fans that have showed up is truly great to see. There's so much community support for both these teams. Should be a very loud and cold game. Everyone has blankets. I wish I had one, but great atmosphere for sure.
We'll get you one of those. We'll get you an OEB rivalry playoff blanket for next year. Get what Chad wants to.
See, the problem is, 3 weeks out of the 4 that we do the playoffs, it's short sleeve weather.
Two days ago, it was 65.
Yeah. Last year we were in Coalfield, and we were freezing, and then the next week I think we were here, and it was fine. Yeah, I mean, that's just East Tennessee for you.
I can promise you it's cold in Coalfield tonight. That cold sits differently.
A short kickoff returnable from takes an odd bounce. And here comes Bryson Hedrick. And here's what he does. Hedrick is just slipping. Somehow finds his way out past the 40 to the 42-yard line. When I was on WBIR, I said to Todd Loveday, I said, boy, Loveday's a key, all 5'9" of them. He goes, 5'9", wearing high heels? He's about 5'6".
It's unfortunate, too, because Hall's got a bounce, kind of got a break, and then you just couldn't corral him there to set up some bad field position.
So Cooper Newman is the Smoky stat stuffer. 41 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions.
It's dynamic. 73% completion as well.
So they'll start at the 42-yard line. Patterson off right tackle. But set up the offense. They love the offensive line. They lean on the offensive line.
And for the most part, it's pretty senior heavy, right? I mean, you look at the junior center. Other than that, it's straight seniors across the board. Patterson is just a sophomore tailback. I like what he brings to the table when you factor in both he and Martinez, kind of two shifty type backs.
We'll throw this one out to Hedrick, and Hedrick knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line. And set up this defense in kind of an unsung unit. They're kind of like the Miami Dolphins, the no-name defense, but they just get it done, except for Jarrell Chandler.
And Jarrell Chandler, you've got Carson Pierce, who's certainly made a name for himself last week. You got Gavin Self, the middle linebacker, who made a tackle here on first down. Now it's 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8. Newman, a play. Well, he'll quarterback draw, and Halls will hold, and you would think for Sevier County to punt.
Linebacker did a great job here. Gavin Self staying home, knowing that's something they like to do on 3rd and long, and at 4th and 5, Sevier County's offense is on the field.
Well, and they're going to test Halls' ability to be disciplined here.
That's a good point. Do they run a play or do they not? It's awfully early to go for it on your side of the field, but they will. Newman, quick pass, and they'll go to Cooper Newman, to Parker Newman, who will get the first down.
Yeah, well, when you got Parker Newman, Bryson Hedrick, Jackson Perry, you got a lot of safety blankets you feel good on 4th and short.
11 yards, and these guys have been playing together for just a little while. It's a 4th and 4. You run 6 yards, turn around, and our Power 4 quarterback will hit you. 3 receivers top of your screen. Newman across the middle. There's the man wide open. Into the secondary down to the 14-yard line, and the Smoky Bears are knocking on the door already. 27 yards to Jackson Perry.
And Perry is someone who was laboring and hampered all through the playoffs last year. He is a big target at tight end, Eric, and somebody that they've started to rely on more on the passing game.
Oh, nice job getting in the backfield.
Carson Pierce, untouched.
Carson Pierce did that a couple of times last week against Central. A great momentum-like tackle there after a big gain. Loss of 5 on the play.
Less ground to have to cover down here for this Halls defense.
zone. I think we all expected Sevier County to be at home for the semifinal, but how many of us thought the 3 seed out of the region would be here?
It's a testament to Halls and how they've finished the year. Gotten better.
9th play of the drive. They'll play fake. Cooper Newman to Parker.
Nice play.
Taken down at the 15.
That's Jarrell Chandler getting off his block and getting Newman to the ground after basically another loss of a couple.
So they go to Jackson Perry for a big gain down inside the red zone. Loss of 5. Then he had a loss of about 2, 1.5. And setting up 3rd and long. This has been a great response by the Halls defense. Can it finish and get off the field?
Can get a first down inside the 5.
0 for 1 on 3rd down. They converted on a 4th and 4. 3rd down, Newman looking to throw. Incomplete pass. And on a 4th and 15, it'd be a 37-yard field goal attempt from here.